Hello, everyone. Ollie's right on time. It's like he hears the theme song. It's time to go annoy the host. Look at him. Look at him. How do you do it? You're crazy.
That's the best boy ever right there.
Is it?
Look at that face. He can't do anything wrong.
He heard you say that. He got very interested in the call. Hello, everyone. Hi, welcome to Drop Frames. It is June the 22nd. We've got Dan the Man Gaming here. Dan, how's it going? Thanks for the last minute acceptance to join us. I didn't even have to change the overlays because you were our last guest. And now you're this guest, and that's great. Thank you for the less work and joining us. How's it going?
No problem. It's going great. How are you guys doing?
Doing all right. Doing all right. I can't complain. Zeke, looking good with the hair. How you doing?
Thank you. Trying to survive the heat. You know, the summertime is not the summertime is a bummer time for me.
Makes sense.
I like the fall and the winter, but you know, I'm glad we have all the seasons here. So.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Ko, I'm glad to see you. It feels like you've been lost in the desert for some time now.
Yep.
I don't know. Are you doing anything else?
Not right now. No, not really. I'm kind of in a complete dune hole currently. Between that and the game I've been advising on recently went into EA.
Right.
I'm playing that here and there, but between those two, I think I'm pretty much dune until Death Stranding 2, and we're gonna go from there. Gonna slide in Altars at some point because that game's amazing. But
yeah, that's one of the reasons I brought Dan on so he can talk to us about it because I think you finished it, right, Dan?
Yes, I did.
Boom, fantastic. So kind of a light week on news. Not too much happening, at least in the world of gaming news, as we said in the pre-show. Did have some kind of E3-ish type things yesterday. There was a double header as both Borderlands 4 showed some stuff and a game which I'm blanking on. What?
Dawnrunner.
Dawnrunner, yes.
Dawnwalker.
Dawnwalker, yes.
Night Runner. Midnight Meanderer.
Midnight Meander. That's the name.
Daybreaker.
Daybreaker. Yep. They're really pissed at us for messing that name up.
Blood of the Dawnwalker by Rebel Wolf Studios.
There we go. We'll just edit out us jumbling through the names.
Just all of our mouths going. Just put me saying that a few times in a row.
Blood of the Yes. Yeah.
Blood of the Dawnwalker.
Yeah.
Let's
start with that.
paid to get it right?
No, we're not.
No.
Let's start off with that. I think all of us watched it. 3 of us watched it. We had them on the show a while back. It was fine. I thought presentation wise, they did a lot of talking head stuff that I think could have been sussed out and changed. But as soon as they showed the gameplay, I was in. And then as soon as they showed the vampire gameplay, I was doubly in. The walking around stuff was very much, at least for me, straight out of Witcher. I felt like I was just kind of watching another Witcher, but as soon as they swapped to the vampire stuff, it looked good. I'll pull up the footage here. Cole, what did you think of it?
Overall, so for the presentation, I was not super jazzed at the format. I've talked about this a lot today and last time too. I don't know if it's just okay. As a shirt I ordered says, I may have a touch of the tism.
Okay.
And what I mean by that is I need things to be logical for me to be just totally cool with it and enjoy it. And I don't know what it is about it, but I have such a hard time watching 2 people talk to each other about things they both already know, but they're talking to each other like it's new information, and they're both actually talking to us even though they're not acknowledging us there. And I have a very hard time just watching that and absorbing it normally. It's so awkwardly strange to me, and I don't know why we keep seeing these shows with it. I know it's a common thing. I know that's a common thing in different mediums, but I will say that it sticks out on Twitch.
Yes.
It's not. I would say that type of show has a place 100%. I don't think that place is on Twitch. So from a presentation standpoint, what I'd recommend to all game presenters doing that, focus on the gameplay, talking head stuff light as possible. And if you are going to have an extended talking head period, have gameplay running in the background, be talking about things in the game, like save the kind of more non-game related wishy-washy. This is based on, like, that stuff's super interesting, but like for the Twitch stream, that all about the game, the gameplay, and the entertainment. That thing in the middle was awesome. I loved that the song they did, and like that was fantastic. So like sandwich that in between some gameplay when they're walking through the guy in the woods. Don't even show them in the woods. Just show gameplay. Have them talking over it, what they're talking about. Whenever they're talking about something in the game, show what they're talking about in the game. Like,
Yeah.
that's just a lot more connected, and it feels like it respects our time a little bit. So
Yeah.
that's about the presentation. And then finally,
Oh no,
go ahead.
no, I was gonna talk about the presentation stuff.
Yeah,
but if
feel
you're-
free. Then I'll move on.
Okay, yeah,
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, it feels like, did you ever stay up late as a kid and find yourself watching the infomercials, like the Ron Popeil shit, or any of those?
100%.
That's what
Oh,
it
yeah.
feels like to me. It feels like I'm watching one of those
Kind of,
with like
yes,
an audience
yes.
behind him,
And the
he's like,
problem-
"Oh wow, look at it, so sharp." That
Dude,
type of
and the
shit.
problem there, you're absolutely right. And it's that corporate PR, like structured advertising angle.
Yeah.
And I feel like these days, especially with everything that's been going on in the last few years, let's get away from that. Like organic, real, to the point, transparent. Like we don't need to kind of obfuscate it. We just, get us the facts, the details, the entertainment. And so we can get back to our games.
Yes.
But, and again, I'm not saying that type of thing doesn't have a place. Like pop that on your YouTube, make that stuff and give it, I'm sure your investors love that stuff. I'm sure people that are super interested in the game, like Reddits and forums, they'd all love that stuff. Like there's a place for it.
Yeah.
Just Twitch is a little bit of a different environment.
I agree.
Anyway,
Yeah. The people who will like it will seek it out. It's the talking head stuff, like like you said, man, it reminds me of the Coke Media thing. Like when they were doing it, it was just talking heads. And I took the liberty while it was going on to like run B-roll because that's
that was
you,
rough.
you never ever do anything on Twitch without at least some video playing like this. See? Like this. Like we're doing now.
We're a good example.
It's actually
we stay off
We
the
know
talking
our
heads as
audience.
much as we can.
It's kind of wild. The best part of that Coke Media thing was when it was just the woman in like the cubicle or like in her office that was just talking before they cut to the like B-roll stock footage of people walking around in their offices or whatever, because it felt the most like real and true to Twitch. Apart from all that other stuff. As soon as they swapped to the like pre-produced content, it was it was what we all know as the Coke Media presentation from 2020, whenever that was. Don't remind me how long ago that was. Anyways, gameplay, which is the reason why we were all watching. Yeah.
Okay. Gameplay. The combat looked a little frantic. I was not digging the watching the combat, the viewing of the combat. The zoom in and out was kind of a lot. Also, the FOV was a little bit tight. Like it definitely felt to me like I need a lot less camera movement and a lot more like viewing things going on. There was one particular point where I think as the vampire, he like did this kind of warpy thing, and each time he warped, it did this like zoom in thing, and I was just like, okay, let's slow down, man.
Yeah.
Like it's very very quick, and I feel like if they pulled it out and maybe didn't jerk the camera around as much, it might look really, really good. But it's just, it gets a little frantic when the action picks up. And this is only, again, where we didn't see a lot of group fights. If they have a lot of group fights, it could get even more like that.
Yeah.
That being said, the system itself looks cool. I like that it looks kind of like a For Honor KCD2 system, kind of some Witcher in there as well with the sign casting. The boss fight looked kind of interesting as well. Nice to see some multi-phasey things. Gets a little confusing there at the top. I was like, how many bars are we going to have? Like that's going to be
Kind
a
of
bit of a
large
thing.
too. Like it's big.
Yeah. That as well. But it looks fun. Overall, I mean, the environment looks fun. The game looks fun. Little bit of confusion with the days thing. We know from our interview and from stuff they've clarified in the past that the days you see in the top right of that screen, that is a resource. That is not the days in the game. That is a resource. And you will get up to parts in the game where you spend your days to make decisions and progress things. But what they also were clear to make very apparent in this presentation is that there is a human gameplay and a vampire gameplay. And they made the point of showing like it's very different for both. And if you see something as a vampire, remember to come back later as a human and deal with it differently, right? Like you can do that. But that means that you can progress day and night independent of the day's remaining timer. So that immediately causes a little bit of confusion for me. I'm like, is that how it's intended? Like, is that what it's going to be? In which case that's a little, like, maybe we shouldn't call those days in the top right, because that doesn't really make a lot of sense. But I'm a little like, it's going to be interesting to see how they handle that and like how the whole approach is refined, if it is at all, or if they're just going to say screw it and not have it really make any sense, but just leave it how it is.
Yeah.
I'm very interested to see the system, the narrative sandbox idea. I feel a lot better about this. Looks kind of cool as well. Yeah, we'll see how it goes, man.
Yeah,
I have high hopes for this game. Very high hopes.
Yeah,
You cut that guy's head right off.
he did. I like that it was
Right
also
off.
called like an arterial shot, and then he just cut his head off. That
Artery
slice
and
or
everything around it.
Yeah. He just cut his head off.
Anything that happened to be there as well.
Yeah. Definitely I think this came across as like the first game that the studio is putting out as a studio. I think they'll definitely have a lot of refinement, and they got a ton of feedback from what it looks like from showing this. This comes out in September, is that right? Or is that the Borderlands time? When does this come out, Co? Do you remember?
I do not remember when this one. I don't know if we have a date for this one yet, do we?
Okay. Dawnwalker release date. Let's see.
So.
Oh,
by the way,
2026.
random side thing.
Okay.
Can you push my stream to my YouTube, or is that a Barry thing?
That's a Barry thing. Yeah.
That's a Barry thing.
Yeah, 2026. So they don't have a release date. They're still cooking, so they can go back and change some stuff. Yeah. But yeah, that was the Dawnwalker stuff. If you want to watch all the different, we can show just like a snippet of the, like, I don't even know the stuff we were talking about prior to.
It was worth the watch. The gameplay stuff was awesome. It gives you a very good idea of what the game's going to be like, what the combat's going to be like. It was it was a very solid presentation.
Yeah.
Outside of the talking head stuff.
Yeah, I didn't realize it was an hour long. So there was like a live Q&A segment. This was kind of what we were talking about with the infomercial style thing. They were, to be clear, they were good at what they were doing. I just think it wasn't what like the Twitch audience was. Exactly what Coach
the
said.
Hosts were fine. Even the people doing the walk-alongs were fine. It's the structure of the show that was the issue. Like, it would have been so much cooler to have them talking to the camera in a little box in the bottom. Like, tell us about your game. Like, tell us, and then have gameplay and on the big screen behind you. And like, that works.
Yeah.
Like, that's okay.
Yeah.
And we're all happy.
They had like a little live action.
Oh, the live action stuff
trailer.
was cool. Yeah, that was fun.
With some fighting and then more Q&A at the end, and then the credits. About an hour long in full. The gameplay portion was about 20 minutes. You can find that spliced out as 4K footage if that's something that you're interested in checking out. Dan or Dan or Zeke, sorry, did you guys watch it by chance or have any thoughts on it overall?
I did not watch it yet. I was gonna wait until probably tomorrow to watch it.
Okay.
The Borderlands thing was riding right up against it, so I was watching that one instead.
Yeah, I was surprised that I didn't know about these till the day of, which is more of a reflection on me and less on them, but also the fact that they were like happening within an hour of each other. And I was also shocked to see how many friggin' people were sponsored for the Borderlands 4 thing, and how many people they flew out.
You were, right?
Were
you sponsored for Borderlands?
I was not. No, Dan was. Yeah, I don't.
I think I was the only person it loaded not to be.
Oh no.
Oh, weird. Okay, I wonder if we did that.
I wonder if Sir Randy may have something may have made it to his ears.
I don't know how that works.
You think
I don't know.
I take back nothing.
I don't. Yeah. I would say I don't either. That's Randy. That's Randy Pitchford. And Randy Pitchford was there. He came out and talked for like.
Oh, Randy! I watched it. I watched the Borderlands one too. Actually, like right at the Q&A when it started, switched over to the Borderlands one.
He was scheduled to talk for 10 minutes, but ended up talking for 25. Very Randy. Very Randy.
Oh no. Okay. Yeah, he came out and like pitched
Wait
the
a minute,
story.
he doesn't know when to shut up? I don't get it, no.
He came out and pitched the story for Borderlands 4, but it was in a very dramatic way, is I guess how I would like. I don't know.
It was like poetry reading, like in a coffee shop or something.
Yeah, a lot
very
of
dramatic.
A lot of chat was like,
did slam poetry.
Yes, a lot of chat was like, is this slam poetry? There was a lot of questions on the slam poetry. Like, what's happening right here? Dan, how long were you sponsored for? Just
2.5 hours.
2.5 hours. Okay.
The official ending was written as "When Randy Stops."
Yeah, here's some footage of Randy talking yesterday for the first 25 minutes. Then they did this. If we're gonna compare like presentation to presentation, they had a like PowerPoint presentation with a lot of GIFs playing.
Dude, why did the GIFs look so bad?
Yeah, well, I think that's just
I feel
GIFs.
I know, but I feel like they should have had like much. I don't know. It was weird.
It was
very bad. Yeah. And also, like, I was locked at 760 the whole time. Like, for some reason, I couldn't load stream at 10K. So it was like, it was blurry and also running at low FPS. And all of chat was like, what is going on right now? Is this the new one?
Like, this screen is something that I could make with very little PowerPoint experience. Like, it's very, very basic.
Yeah. The information got out there, right? Like, we could see the new features and the inventory systems and all that stuff, but just show gameplay. I don't know if they were like trying to make it so that the streamers that were playing after this for like the 2 hours, whatever, had more content to show, or
I think that was the point. They immediately rated over to DJ Knight, we've had on the show, great guy.
Yeah.
I think the point was they wanted, and to their credit, like, I'm totally fine with this. If you don't want to show gameplay at a presentation and kind of talk for a little bit, but then immediately go to like a bunch of streamers playing your game.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a good look. That works out well. But yeah, dude, I have to say, like, presentation and Randy aside, and props to him for favoriting my tweet, by the way.
I didn't. What was your tweet?
Well, because I put what I'm about to say is I put this. So like,
the
thing about Borderlands 3 is that it was super cringy, didn't really move it forward, like not very angled towards kids. It felt like in a lot of ways. Tiny Tina's came out, more interesting mechanics, much more engaging story for people like me. Not everyone, but a lot of us enjoyed it. Borderlands 4, however, from everything we're seeing, looks to be continuing exactly the same core of Borderlands. But they're adding a lot of stuff that could actually be really great for the franchise, like movement stuff. Like, that's actually a huge deal in a game like Borderlands. The grappling hook and being able to double jump and like dash around in the air and stuff, that's gonna be kind of huge. Like, that's a big deal for the franchise. Even though it seems like a very basic thing at heart in other games, it's a big addition here. And then more importantly, the story, I'm much more on board with what I'm hearing about the humor in this one. Particularly not just from people who have played it, but also the lead writer himself and what he finds funny and not funny. So yeah, I put up a tweet basically saying, like, finally, this could be good. This could be like the next Borderlands we were kind of hoping 3 would be, but wasn't. So hopefully it'll be good, man. I kind of miss Borderlands. I missed Borderlands after 3, and Tiny Tina's was good. So hopefully this one will really bring the whole thing back.
Yeah. Yeah. Dan, what were your thoughts on the footage and presentation and everything from yesterday?
I thought it was really cool how they had like streamers set up there, but they had like 80 plus streamers, but they only showed maybe 5 during the whole presentation. They stuck on a few people for quite a long time. Like DJ was for almost a half hour, and I love him to death, but he obviously was new to Borderlands and did not know that you could fight for your life to kill an enemy to resurrect.
Got it.
So he would sit around waiting for reses, and it was driving me nuts.
Oh,
obviously, like, they had some players that aren't super experienced with Borderlands, and he also didn't spend any of his skill points, so he had no class ability. You might notice it's empty there on the bottom. So there was just it wasn't a great way to start the presentation. Had a half hour of no class ability and just using gunplay, basically.
Funny tangent about the class ability. I was watching Ziggy D, who I don't know if we've had on, but he's a Path of Exile guy. He's also done a bunch of Borderlands content. in the past. And he put out a video prior to where I think he was in Australia and went out and played it for a while. He actually said that he did the same thing at the start of his session because in the UI, when you go to like select it, there's no confirm. So when you just go over and like click on it randomly, it's just a very soft, like just click, 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 like to confirm or to not have your class ability. So I totally understand why DJ didn't have that as well.
Yeah,
Seems like it was a pretty common thing. Yeah.
I blame the staff behind him not telling him, like, to make sure that everyone there knows how to play.
Sure.
That should be their job, is like to go and make sure everyone's like, oh, you haven't spent your class ability. This is how you do that. You know, that's what they should have been doing to every player there to make sure that everyone knows how to play.
That's a great
That
note.
was
Next time,
definitely on the
man.
staff.
Yep.
Yeah, that is a very good.
It's a very good note.
Very good portion of feedback.
Was this? Were they playing together? They're playing co-op.
Yes, then like groups
Some
of
people
4.
were, yeah.
Yeah.
Some people were solo, some people were in groups. I think Baru was there and he was playing solo, and Moxie was there playing solo. Dizzy Kitten was playing and she was playing with a group. So they had like a nice mix of solo and groups, so you could see like what each of the gameplay was like for both.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, I saw like, not to call you out
Like,
or
here's
anything,
Baru,
Dan,
yeah.
but I saw how upset you got with Dizzy.
Oh, I heard there was
saw-
an altercation between you and Dizzy. Yeah, I didn't want to bring it
Yeah,
up. It's kind of a rough
care to
spot.
explain,
Yeah.
Dan? I don't want to. I saw it and
This is
I
trauma,
was very
Zeke. This is traumatic
So
for
drama,
me. And
so
you're
much
bringing it
trauma.
up when it's fresh. I was trying to let it heal. But, okay,
Hey,
so at this event,
bring it
they
out.
had these giant trays of free snacks for all the people that are playing the game that they could have snacks. And they brought up to Dizzy this giant, glorious, big tray of snacks. No matter what you wanted, there was a snack for everyone there. And I was like screaming with joy once I saw it. And then she immediately said, "No, thanks, I'm good." And my heart broke that moment. It was just I was soul crushed. No snacks.
And then she had the audacity to call you out on Twitter after. The beef continued on social media. It was crazy. It was crazy. I can't believe that she would respond to your tweet so brazenly.
I know. No snacks?
No snacks. Just so much drama these days.
Jeez.
I know. When
You
we're
know
watching
someone,
you
dude.
with the streamer,
You seem
we're
so
living
nice
through your
on
experience.
stream.
Have a snack.
Yeah. God. Just, I mean, what is she too good for the food? Is she too good for their food? Like, come on.
No one's too good for snacks. That's all
That's
I'm
crazy.
saying. No one's too good for snacks.
Absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy.
Dan, dude, I'm really sorry you went through that, man.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
traumatic experience. I'm
Okay.
sorry.
Yeah,
I'm working through it one day at a time.
Yeah, good. That's good.
And I'm gonna unsub from Dizzy immediately.
As you
No,
should.
just
by the
the
way-
way you yelled snacks. Snacks!
I was so happy. One of the other things that
I
made
felt
me
that in my
die
soul as a
laughing
fellow snack enjoyer.
during the show, at the very beginning with Randy brought up he called him his number 2, and it was his favorite person at the studio, and the guy's name was Randy. So his favorite person at the studio was Randy, and I thought that was hilarious.
Yeah, it was Randy. Who is
I think that's perfect.
is he the lead writer? He had, I forgot what his role was on the
It
dev
was
team.
creative director or something like
That
that.
might be
Something
right.
on that line.
Yeah, that might be right. Yeah, the other like clip that I saw coming out of the experience, if we're talking clips that had a little bit of viralness to it, was prior to the presentation, Extra Emily was live on her channel and just like alt tabbed and started playing the game. And one of the people came over and was like, "Can you wait till the presentation before you begin playing?" She was like just walking around and showing the game off and all this shit. I thought that was really, really good. So, game wise though, at the end of the day, I think it looks more like Borderlands 2. No, you're good. It looks like Borderlands 2 in a good way, right? Like maybe the gameplay of 3 is a better way to say that, with the story of Borderlands 2. I also love the addition of the little biker things that they added. You can shoot from them. It felt very Destiny, in like a good way to see these.
Oh yeah.
That's, flying around and Destiny on your Sparrow is always one of the fun parts of that game, just getting from point A to point B. So
Yeah, the original games were always kind of open world-y with like some loading screens in between. So it looks like they just took away all those loading screens. It just looks like it's gonna feel good to not be constantly loading from one area to the other.
Yeah.
It's really gonna work for Borderlands to be this like open. I'm like excited to explore it and see how it is.
hmm
It's really hard until you get your like hands on a game like this to really tell like how it feels to play it. But it seemed like it's gonna be everything we loved about Borderlands, but then just a little bit more. Just like a little bit more, just to make it a little more interesting. Like one thing I loved was I didn't see any legendaries for most of it. Like there was only 1 or 2 legendaries that dropped for everyone across the streams there,
Yeah.
which makes that legendaries were actually something that to chase and were impactful.
They tried to carefully say, and as best they could during the show, that there will be less legendaries without saying there would be less loot, which I found was interesting. They were like, there'll be less legendaries, but it's okay. It's okay. Not, but no, I completely agree with you, Dan. I think it's much better. It got to the point in 3 where you just had so many, they just kind of lost their specialness. Like they just became, they felt like you had, a bunch of blues, you had a bunch of legendaries, right? So I hope it goes back to exactly like they were talking about in that.
If everything's legendary, why would I ever use a blue or a purple? Like
Exactly.
if I can just wait for a legendary, it just kind of made it the balance way off.
Yeah.
And more importantly, it makes it so you can't use anything less than a legendary in like everything because there's so many of them that it's just, there's no point. Everything else becomes invalidated. Basically.
Yep.
They said their goal was to make it so that there weren't really bad weapons. There was going to be weapons that are better than others, but they didn't want anything to feel bad, which in the previous game, some weapons just felt terrible. Some manufacturers felt terrible. So it's like, it seemed like every weapon people were picking up were usable and like playable. I think that's going to make a huge difference.
Yeah. I mean, that was the resounding biggest feedback I feel like about Borderlands 3 was like, all the other loot is just gold fodder, which I'm going to use to gamble, and then I'm going to sell anything that's not a legendary because why would I ever even equip that type of stuff? And so, 100% on point for them to change it the way they did. I'm sure legendaries will still be the chase, but this time it'll have a little bit more of a chase to it, which is what everyone wants in these type of games. As long as we're not farming the same boss over and over. That's maybe my biggest thing is I want to see how they're going to do that, because Borderlands is fun, right? But if you're farming the same boss over and over and over, and gamers will typically find the best boss to farm that's the fastest route and yada yada yada, like I hope that there's alternative ways to do that. But I also don't know how you change that, because that's kind of like what this game is ultimately. So we'll have to see what they do.
It's been like a big divisive point. Is there's like some people that want to keep the old school Borderlands feel where you want to grind for that one like chase loot. Then there's the other half that kind of like wants the game to respect their time. So they want like to make sure that they don't like, if you don't have 10 hours a day to grind, you're not going to get the weapons you want. So they're going to have to find a way to balance for both groups of people, or just appeal to one group and then let the other people, like, I don't know how they're going to handle that, but we'll see what they end up with.
Yeah.
Speaking of the respect the time thing, wasn't when we had Gothalion on, and he was talking about didn't he say specifically like disrespect my time? I want that drop to be like 0.00001%.
Some people do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
Some
huge
people
on
want the
that side.
chase.
He's a big on the chase side. Yes.
Yeah. And I like
Cosplay is like 4 games a year, man. That's how it works.
Yeah.
I enjoy the chase as well. But it has to be. I don't like respawning the same boss to do the same fight, 100 plus times to get that rare drop. I'd rather it, in an odd way, I'd rather kill the same enemy type in like an open world. For that, that's a player to player thing, experience wise. Where some people would just like to kill the same boss with the same mechanics. I would rather kill the same low ass random mob that could potentially drop the crazy big item.
You want your Mirror of Calandria.
Yeah, that's
what you want.
The fun chase, I guess, or the fun chase.
And that also makes it so everything can drop something. You don't feel like there's this one central moment of failure. It's just like everything is like, this could be it, this could be it, this could be it. And it keeps the pace up a little more. I'm with you on that.
Yeah. Um,
And it's also kind of like it's kind of like an EPing thing, you know. It's like
totally.
what I got. You're like, oh, what'd you get? Oh my god, that never dropped for me.
Yes. Yeah.
I spent 3 hours farming that guy and it never dropped. Yeah, it dropped for me in 2. I guess I'm just cool like that.
100%.
It is always nice.
Yeah, I play EverQuest. I spent 3 days in the desert of Rogue camping boots off a sand giant. You shut up.
Mm-hmm.
It's always nice when you're a streamer and you get that like mount or weapon or something. People see you using it and they're like, "Oh, I'm so jealous." It gives you that like pride moment. You're like,
yeah, you should be.
I spent 48 hours grinding that. Hell yeah.
Uh-huh. That's
Feeling
it.
well, man.
That's it. 100%. I saw a couple of the content creators that showed the map. It did look quite large, so that was cool. And I don't know if that's the only map. They could have some like teleport things that. In Randy's 25-minute monologue, he talked a little bit about like the story and the fact that you're on this like planet where all these vault hunters are coming to, but I don't know if this was like a zone that they were in or if this was the entire planet or how it's all structured with that. But whenever I saw the map, it looked quite large. So that was cool to see.
Randy was on Moxie stream and did say that this game will be shipping with more in-game than they've ever had in any other Borderlands at launch.
More in-game or end-game?
More end-game content.
Oh, wow.
So like more late-game chases. So they've really been focusing on in-game.
Nice.
To really give you stuff to do when you reach max level.
Nice.
Good. Very nice.
It wasn't without some Randyisms. I particularly enjoyed the moment where Randy was talking about the different editions for the game. One of which there's actually news around because they dropped the price from $80 to $70. So it's now a $70 game this time around. Whereas a week ago and whenever all that drama happened, it was $80. But the Randyism was that he's like, yeah, you know, if you want to support us to get those bigger versions, you know, that means we can make more DLC and we want to just keep making more DLC for you guys for the game. It's like, man, can you just like not?
Oh, the line about get those pre-orders in because that makes us more jazzed to make you more Borderlands.
Yeah, and it's just like, come on, man, like, come on.
Oh, Randy.
It's oh my god, but like, okay. First of all, I'm going to ask a question. Is it something that needs to be said? And 2, where's the proper place to say something like that?
I don't think you phrase it that way.
I don't think it needs to be said.
No, like,
that's why I asked. You think it needs to be said at all?
You know what that's the equivalent of? And I made this exact reference yesterday. That's the equivalent of, guys, don't you enjoy this stream? Like, make sure you subscribe so that we keep doing this and I can do this every single day, guys. Like, make sure to spend your $6. Check. If you don't, then that means you don't like what you're watching. Like
the thon's gonna end in 8 hours,
the
guys.
thon's gonna end soon. Make sure you like. I never. It sounds sleazy as shit when I say it. So when it's like exponentially on a higher scale, that I would put like a Borderlands 4 presentation like this. Has literal millions of dollars behind it.
You know what?
You also have to add for the fact that Randy's the one saying it.
Yes.
So that also means that everyone's going to look at it even more from like a, what did he mean by that kind of look? So it's just like,
I think the difference is, I think if he changed the way he said it, it wouldn't come off so bad.
100%. Yeah.
Instead of saying like, get your pre-orders and blah, blah. Instead of saying that, thank them for making the pre-orders.
Totally.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you for making all your pre-orders. If you're the ones out there that do the pre-orders, thank you so much. This allows us blah, 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 blah. You know, instead of saying do it, thank them for already having done it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Smart.
100%.
Absolutely.
It's the like humble approach rather than the like
humble
guilt.
and appreciative approach.
Yeah.
Instead of the I expect more of you, please continue giving me more approach.
Yeah. But it was a very minor thing. Like I don't want to harp too much on the whole thing and take away from the actual event.
The game looks good.
Game looks good. Everyone came away from that very excited for Borderlands 4.
And you know what?
Looked good too.
Yeah.
He did manage to make it pretty awkward. But it was very cool seeing the team.
Oh yes,
I don't think he necessarily needs to sit there yelling at them about how great they are while he does it. But
Yeah.
because you definitely can see a few of them be uncomfortable over that.
Mhm.
But it was really cool to see the team. That was great.
Mhm.
I wish more dev teams did that.
Yes. So do I. It was good.
Did it show like the whole team? Like how many people?
It
They
was
brought
like
out the core team.
leads.
It was like the leads and stuff. I mean, there's Borderlands at this point these days.
Okay.
Is
Yeah.
huge.
I was gonna say
They
that
brought
would have
out
been a crowded stage.
I think they said the core Gearbox team is who came out,
Okay.
Yeah. Let's see here.
which was very, very cool.
Yeah. This is the part of the
right
stream,
there.
Zeke, where they brought out the team, as it were. So these are all the like dev leads and
wow.
and yeah. I don't know if this like I'm sure the community leads were not in there, but I don't actually know. I don't know who any of the devs are and what their jobs or roles are on the project. So definitely a lot though, which I agree with Ko. It was cool to see that.
Everyone on that team is a trooper because we get to experience Randy like a few times a year. They get to experience him every day. So I
Dude.
applaud every one of them on that stage.
It's probably why they all looked so dead inside. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh Jesus!
No, I
I'm never
bet
getting
they have like
sponsored
an.
again.
I bet they have like an office thing, like code beige. Code beige. Code beige. Randy is coming. Code beige.
Oh God! There's like an email chain that goes around.
You just said, I hope he never gets sponsored again. Just so all the potential, hopefully, future sponsors understand, it's only Randy. We don't talk
right.
about this like anyone else. And he brings it on himself, to be clear. We're not
He
just like
does.
randomly going after this guy. This is all,
Yeah.
to be blunt, I feel like he's earned some of this. He has.
Yeah.
He
There you
has.
go.
Yep.
There you go.
All in good fun. All in good fun.
Yes, absolutely. And I can't wait to play this. This is the game that has the September launch date, right?
Yeah, September
Mhm.
12th, I believe.
Okay, cool. So this will be the pre-Arc Raiders experience, I would say. At least that's where I put it
Yeah.
on my radar. I'll jump into it in September. Then
Are we getting down on this?
what?
All
Oh, you
of
want
us?
to play?
Like
You want to play?
Oh, hell yeah,
Borderlands?
let's do it.
co-op?
I'm going to play the hell out of this,
I'm
man.
down for
Yep.
Borderlands.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll definitely be playing.
I'll group
I
up in
wanted
10
to-
yeah,
minutes.
let's go.
Okay.
Yeah, let's do it. Dan, you're in too. We can do our first big Borderlands stream.
Yep.
Drop
Hell
frames
yeah.
Borderlands.
I'm
Let's do it.
down.
But no, I remember I
Is
wanted
it
to do
4
a
players or
100%
3?
run.
It's 4. Yeah, it's 4 players.
Is it 4? Okay.
I wanted to do a 100% run of 3, but it was so cringy that I was not able to like do it. I lost investment in it. So I'm
Yeah.
hoping I can bring it back for 4.
Yeah. Gameplay
The main
was
villain
good.
looks a whole lot more interesting than this one did.
Yes,
than the
dude.
one in 3.
I watched some of the streamers play it for a little bit afterwards. Like all of the humor and stuff in it seemed a little more my speed. Like far less. I think the best way I could say is far less like young adult. I don't know. I felt like it was very schizo, very loud is funny in 3, and it didn't really feel that way in this one as much.
Yeah.
It was a nice change.
Dan pulling up. Oh, this is when you were at the Borderlands 3 event.
I was at the Borderlands 3 event like
Got it.
years ago. I was showing chat there.
Yeah. That makes sense. We didn't talk about it at all, but the classes also, I was a big fan of the classes they showed. I'm interested in all those. They all look really cool, and seems like they have enough like variance. And I think this was even a talking point that they had, where it was like if everyone spec'd into the same subclass within the class, that it's still going to look different.
You could still
because
have
of the
4
options.
distinct different players in a group,
Yeah.
even if you're all in the same sub of the same class.
Yep.
I
Really cool.
love that.
Very cool.
I actually forgot to mention one of the most exciting things I heard while I was there. Like one thing that I've always thought about Borderlands is it didn't really seem that deep. There was always like a meta build or 2 per class. Dude, hearing that this one is going to have more abilities than 2 and 3 combined,
Huh.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that's a lot. That's going to be a lot of variance, like a lot of depth in there. I'm actually really looking forward to that. I also really like the ordnance thing, which I think was in 3 in some capacity, but I don't know if it was like this one. But I love the idea of instead of picking up a finite number of grenades or rockets, you just have a timer. So it's like you never feel bad about using them. There's no gear fear in using your consumables because you're always able. It's all based on a timer, so use it when you got it, kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Love that approach. I love that approach. So in a game like Borderlands, it just makes sense.
Yeah,
You know, it's all
more
about just fun in the
explosions and-
booms. Exactly. So
Yeah.
that's a great place to do that for sure.
Exactly. The other thing so they did like a pre-event preview, which is what I watched Ziggy's video on earlier in the week. And the biggest amount of feedback from all those creator videos was the lack of a mini map. Everyone was like, we want a mini map. Please bring a mini map back. Blah, blah, blah. Like just outcry for mini map. And then I think I saw a tweet from Randy saying that the devs worked their asses off and actually already have a mini map working in like their most recent build. It wasn't in this build because this build had to be, you know, somewhat tested so that it would run without an amazing amount of crashes. But yeah, cool to see that they were like able to add that quickly.
Correct me if I'm wrong here. Are they calling it like a combat radar? Are they saying it's not a full mini map? It's something different? I saw people in chat talking about that, but I didn't actually hear it from the source.
It's more of a combat radar. It just shows you where enemies are, not so much like the map itself. So it's just like you can see that there's an enemy here, there, and there, more than like you can see the map on the radar.
I'll find the tweet real quick. Randy retweeted a lot of stuff. Jesus.
You know what? You know what? More credit to it. It's a big day to be Randy.
It's a big event. Yeah.
It's a you know.
Yeah.
This is his time.
I get it. I get it.
Wait, is my phone not muted? I saw your message. Did it go off again?
No. I think it's muted now.
Okay, good.
Where is it? If someone in chat has it, at least in my chat, post it. Was this event open to the public, by the way? Or was this, do you know if this was closed?
I believe they invited a lot of creators, and then there was also public that could get in. I think there was limited space, but fans could show up if they wanted.
Okay.
Cool.
Got it. It's basically Destiny's combat radar. It just shows enemies. Oh, okay. That's great. I think that's exactly what it needs. That's good. There wasn't a photo of it, I don't think. Oh, wait, no, it is. Brianna, how do I say this? Matea, who is the managing producer on Borderlands 4, was the one that tweeted it. And there actually was footage of it. Here, let me show it real quick. So this is the stuff from the build, just for comparison's sake, that they had at the event. And then this is what Randy tweeted out yesterday. So you can see up here the little mini map with the enemy icons.
Oh,
on
yeah.
it. I think that's perfect.
Yeah, it's like a radar.
Nice. Vertical indicator and I hopefully that'll be just fine for the people that want it.
Yeah. That was tweeted out.
They did say that,
June
it was
19th.
optional, so you can disable if you don't want it.
Great. Yeah. That's perfect. It's cool to see them respond to that, that quickly. So, cool. That was the Borderlands 4 and Dawnwalker stuff from yesterday. News-wise, Dan, did you
hold on. If I wanted to get, if we do co-op, end up doing co-op, like I would love to, but I haven't played a Borderlands game in a while. Like, what should I play to get prepared for it? 2?
Are you playing for
We
story
don't
or
really
gameplay?
replay two.
yet.
Yeah, I would say, are you playing for, because Julia had this, I think it was Julia. Are you playing for story or gameplay?
Yeah.
Gameplay, because I want to be caught up with you guys. I want to be like of a similar skill level of you guys.
Probably.
Okay, so
Yeah, go ahead.
go ahead.
No,
I was gonna say,
have a
like,
better answer.
Real talk, you don't need to. You don't need to play well to play with us. And Borderlands is already so similar as it is. Like, don't bore yourself playing one of the earlier ones, especially if you don't want to, and then just to play with us. Like, I'd honestly rather watch you play first time after not playing a while. And I think your chat probably would too. Like, I think that'd be more fun.
Okay.
Well,
then I'll be asking you questions like what skills should I get? What?
No, we're not gonna know.
Yeah, we're not gonna know.
We're gonna be playing. We'll play the first time together. So, one thing about Borderlands is every time they do a new one, it's all new people, all new skills. So we'll all be very lost. Yeah, we'll all be trying new things together.
Yeah,
I just don't want
Nothing to worry
to, not know stuff like the fight. Like I knew when you said fight for your life, I was like, oh, I know what that is, and your skill.
You don't want Dan to
abilities
make
and
fun
stuff.
of
I
you
know what
on
that is.
another show about how awful you were to play with. In
No, I'm
Borderlands
telling you,
4?
anytime snacks come around the corner here, I'm eating them. I'm
Okay,
eating all the
he's in on
snacks.
the
I
snacks.
don't
We're
want
good.
Dan. I
That's
don't
all
want to
all
be
I
on
asked.
Dan's Twitter.
All I asked.
He's in on the
I don't want to be
snacks.
retweeted by him.
That's all you got to do.
I feel more drama brewing. I'm gonna just be quiet over
Well,
here.
I mean, that's what they say about Dan. If you're gonna have Dan, it's gonna be drama. They both start with D
That's
for
why
a
we
reason.
brought on Drama Dan. That's
Yeah.
what they call him around
That's-
the Twitch sphere. Yep.
Yeah.
What he's
Drama
known
Dan.
as Drama Dan.
Very controversial. I'm always causing drama, always fighting. It's how I get through Twitch.
Yep.
Oh,
so
speaking
racist.
of,
Yeah.
speaking of story, I have no idea where this picks up. Like, does it pick up right after Borderlands 3, or do we even know? Or
I
don't know if we
think
know yet.
I think it's after 3. Like Randy's monologue talked a little bit about how they got to kind of that point, but I don't know if it's going to have any like super common threads, right, Dan?
Something happens at the end of 3, and then that triggers the start of 4, because this place that they said we're going to was hidden forever, and what happens at the very end of 3 makes it visible to the world for the first time. So
okay,
it like breaks this protective shield that this guy was keeping this planet like secret, so we're able to go in there for the first
So
time.
now everyone's gonna run in and try to get everything.
Yes, because
That's
it's
probably
like
what
there's
4 is.
unclaimed vaults and riches, and people are running there to grab it all.
Wait, someone in
Good.
chat said it follows the movie. Is that real? Are they?
Wait, there was a movie.
Oh yeah, there was a huge Borderlands movie. Yeah. I think you're being sarcastic. No, I was joking. Okay, all right. That I had to follow up because like,
Don't get one guy, JP.
well, it was a troll one guy, but that's one of those things where it's like I could actually see them doing
Can
that.
you imagine? Can you imagine that if Randy had come on yesterday and been like, so remember, guys, if you want to get the full story of 4, you got to watch the prequel, the Borderlands movie. I wonder how many people just went.
Yeah.
okay. On this, this show right now, how many of us have watched the Borderlands movie?
I have not.
I have not.
0.
Yeah, 0.
Wow.
I heard it was fucking atrocious, so I didn't bother.
So did I, but I figured someone would hate watch it. I guess I'll have to be the one.
Yeah,
I
I mean,
mean, so bad
can you live tweet it?
Yeah,
Could be a
maybe
lot
I'll
of-
do
Can
a
we get a
diary,
Zeke
yeah.
live tweet thread?
A live
Oh,
diary
man.
of Borderlands 4.
God,
Oh, you
dude.
bet. I got time. I got time, and Katie's out of town. So
Oh, wait.
fuck, I
JP's
got
looking at
time.
something.
Yeah.
JP's cooking.
If,
What are you
if
looking at?
If you're one to take in Rotten Tomato scores, is a way to judge a film. 165 reviews, and it's at a 10%. With a 49% of the audience.
We need comparison. What is the current rating of Cats?
Hold on. 2019 Cats found it. 19%. That has 335
no!
reviews.
Cats!
Oh no!
Cats is twice as good as this movie.
Yeah.
Twice as good.
Yeah.
I'd say it was star power, but both Cats and Borderlands, both have huge star power.
They did, yeah. Oh, it wasn't because of the people that were in it. That's for sure.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh. All right.
Yeah.
Borderlands live diary coming soon.
If you want to compare it to something newer, Snow White is at 39% on Rotten Tomatoes. So,
I've heard there's some pretty rough scenes in that one.
yeah. 71% though
Yeah.
on the audience score there, so it is a little bit higher in the audience.
Yeah,
score.
that's much better.
Yeah. Anyways, I don't even have to ask Ko or Zeke because I know they didn't. But Dan, did you check out the Donkey Kong Bonanza Direct?
No, I didn't. I didn't realize they had one.
Oh, okay. Well, you should definitely check it out because that game actually,
I'm excited for that game. It looks good.
yeah, the game actually looks fucking crazy.
Is it Donkey Kong Bananas? Like
Donkey
spelled
Kong
banana?
Bonanza.
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 Bonanza. No, it's Bonanza. Bonanza.
But spelled
Well,
with
it
A's,
should have
right,
been
yeah.
Bonanza.
Banana.
Banana.
Yeah. ZA at the end of that.
You walked right into it, dude.
No, I finished it before Ko did. Ko did.
The team that made Mario Odyssey is making this one, so you know
Yes.
they're talented.
Dude,
You know they could make a good game.
I was very surprised. One, because there's a talking character in it that's speaking English, which for Nintendo games is like, what the fuck are you talking about? And two, she's also singing. It's Pauline, which if you've played Odyssey, Pauline's the mayor of New Donk City. That's the real name of the city. I'm not making that up.
New what?
New Donk City. It's New Donk.
Donk.
Yeah, Donk City.
Yeah.
And it had one of the best songs of the year in New Donk City. Sorry, I had some in my throat there. I had to make sure I wasn't saying another word which people thought I might be saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so like there's this like singing portion to the start of this, which shows a little bit of the trailer. And then they just like start showing all of it's like 10 minutes of just different movements and different like terrain destruction stuff within the game, which looks very, very fun. And then they show an RPG tree, like a skill tree that Donkey Kong has. And I was like, is this a Nintendo game? Like, what am I looking at?
Dude, it's like Banjo-Kazooie.
A little bit, yeah. I just love that you can like destroy everything.
Yeah, the destructibility is like the big feature of this one, where everything's destructible. You can pick up everything and throw it.
Yeah,
I might get this for my kids, man.
There's like you can like transform into different creatures. One of them very much looks like a Super Saiyan. If you go Kong Bonanza, he looks like like a Super Saiyan Donkey Kong, and then he just starts destroying things, which is cool.
That was great.
I thought everyone came away from this that I was reading and was just like kind of blown away. Like they thought it was going to be, thought it looked cool and thought it was going to be a lot of fun. And then they showed this and it was
zebra.
Yeah. They showed 18 minutes.
A giant zebra.
You can run on the water when you're the zebra. It looks great. Koei has a 2-player mode. Yeah. So you could even play.
Really?
You could even play.
Oh man.
Kids,
Okay.
or your kids could help you. It's the same. They talked about it briefly. It's like the same 2-player mode that I think was in Odyssey. But I don't remember the exact specifications around it. So
Yeah, that's a good point. I should get a Switch too, just to play this kind of stuff with my kids.
yes,
I hadn't got one yet, but maybe I will.
yeah. Showed a little bit of that. They showed how you can like. They're gonna have game share locally, but I think it's also gonna have online co-op, which sounds like well, yeah, that makes sense. But in the Nintendo world, that's groundbreaking.
Yeah, that's different.
Yeah, it's definitely different. I showed this as well, which is like another feature. I'm gonna let that pass without saying anything. They have like if you remember Mario 64 a long time ago, you can like make your own things in this game. It's just like a random side event, side game, which is cool. Where was the thing about?
Do they have
skill trees? Go ahead.
I'm just wondering if they have an in-game like purpose, or is it just for the sake of creating.
I don't know. I don't know if there was any. I think it was just for the sake of creating, which Nintendo fans will like. That'll take over social media. Yeah, that'll take over social media for that week.
Yeah.
People.
What do you
just
think the TTP on that is going to be?
Yeah, you're exactly right. You're exactly right. There's the RPG tree right there, skill points and all this stuff in a Donkey Kong game. So,
that's cool.
What is the TTP? That is time to penis. Time to penis.
Yeah. Definitely for me, this is one of those things where it's like it should have been a launch game. I think that this is kind of the Mario Kart World's fine, but at the end of the day, Mario Kart World is more Mario Kart. This actually seems to be like a Nintendo's evolution into a new game, into a new console. It should have shipped, if not shipped with the console, been sold at launch, but it's a month after, so it's pretty close. It comes out in July, I think July 18th or something like that.
Speaking of launch titles, they accidentally put up a bunch of ads in London for the new Metroid game.
Yeah.
And it says out now on the ads, but it's not out now. So it seems like they must have meant to have it be a launch title, but it got delayed.
Yeah.
I just forgot to cancel that one.
Yeah, I don't know how that, I don't even know how that would happen. right? Like, how do you?
Yeah.
That's definitely a Photoshop file or some art file that got definitely passed to multiple people that got sent to a printer, and everyone was like, "Yep, this is correct." Just kind of doing it without thinking. So,
Oopsie.
yeah.
Whoops.
Yeah. Anyways, that's Donkey Kong Bonanza. That was on the 18th. I'm kind of just going through the different news here. Dan, did you play any of that Liza P DLC? Did you?
I did a little bit.
Okay.
And it was really hard.
Yeah, I did.
Brutal.
I only did the first boss. I did a little sponsored segment for it. I only did the first boss, and it wasn't all that bad. But apparently, everyone that's played it, just says
I had a bad build, and build makes a huge difference. Yeah, my build was pretty bad. I hadn't played in a long time, so I just sort of jumped into the build.
Yeah,
and it was a little rough, but yeah, it was some creepy, weird content. Like those devs really know how to make like Souls-like content.
Mhm.
I'm excited to see what they do next.
Same. Yeah, absolutely. They also passed 3 million copies sold for Liza P. Shout out to that team. And not only did they pass 3 million sold, they also rewarded the dev team.
Dude, this is so amazing.
Yeah, I saw that.
It's unbelievably
So
cool.
cool.
Yeah, in a big way. I'll share it with you guys so everyone can see
Yeah, it
it
was like
here.
$7,500 and like
$7,500 a Switch 2. Yep.
Yeah. Really awesome.
73.
Wait,
No.
They stated last year that it had been played by 7 million, but I guess it sold 3 million cumulative sales because this was a Game Pass game.
Game Pass, yeah.
Yeah.
That's how I'm playing it.
Mhm.
Yep. So NeoWiz, like you guys said, rewarded the dev studio Round 8 studio $7,300 USD, 2 weeks of paid vacation, which is on top of South Korea's mandatory 15 days of paid vacation. And they'll also be getting a Nintendo 2 Switch as a reward for hitting the sales milestone. So always cool to see that type of stuff. And less the, hey, we fired people. Also, we sold 3 million. Right?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
that's unfortunately not a common, or sorry, quite a common occurrence these days. So good to see the devs being taken care of.
All right.
I really hope like I would love to see that become a trend. I would love to see like companies like crow about it. Get up there and shout it. Shout
how well they
good
treat
you
their
are to your-
employees. Yeah.
And
Yes!
not only that,
shout
dude,
it out, do it.
I would love to see, like, whenever one of these games has a massive success, that the team that made it gets their dap too, not just the people who are making the money at the top. Like, that's awesome to see the team get rewarded. They made the game, they get rewarded. Awesome.
Yep.
Love it. Love it.
Speaking of Liza P, I think, am I the only one here playing the DLC?
I'm going to start a new run for it eventually.
Oh, okay. So you're gonna you do plan to play it?
I'm going
Yeah.
to play it. 100%.
I'm not very
yes.
far in it.
Yeah.
I've only, and I think Dan's only done the first boss. Zeke, have you played a lot of it? I didn't know you were playing it off stream.
Yeah. I'm playing it off stream. I started it and I'm like, oh man, I should probably go get some more levels before I tackle this shit.
Yeah.
Because I went in at like 75 and I'm like, the mobs are kicking my ass. Like the trash mobs are fucking me up.
Same.
So I go and I'm like, what level is recommended? And like the consensus is like, if you're an average player, probably around 100. And I'm like, oh, I'm like 25 levels off, dude. So like, okay. So I went and got up to like 85 or something like that. And I'm having a much better time now.
Yeah.
But I just had to get more health and more stam. That's it. And I'm having a much better time, and it's still fucking really difficult. But
How many bosses have you killed? Did you say? Sorry, I zoned
I
out.
think I've gotten 3 down. I want to say.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I was talking.
And I
with,
think I'm on the 4th now.
Okay.
You get through the level, like, and you get all the shortcuts and checkpoints and shit like that, and then you're like, I mean, not physically, but like mentally, you're like, okay, I made it. I'm at the boss. Okay, and then you get to the boss, you're like, I'm too tired for this. I'm gonna
Dude,
go somewhere else.
when I was playing,
I leave it, and then I come back with fresh eyes, you know.
when I was playing Kazan off stream, I did the same shit where I would get through the level and then you'd have the boss at the end of the level.
Yeah.
And most of the time when I was playing, I was like, I'll do it tomorrow.
Yep.
I wouldn't even go look at the boss.
We'll put a pin in that.
Yeah. Well,
No, I
we'll
go
fuck with that
watch
tomorrow.
the cinematic. I go watch the cinematic, and I like, oh, that's really cool. And then I'm like, okay, I'm dead. I'll come back tomorrow.
Yeah. You've already been through it. You got to feel good about that.
Yeah.
Rather than just
What's my build? I actually had to restart because my last Lies of P file was NG+. So I had to start from the beginning again. So I did. I went all the way through the game all over again to get up to the DLC. And I love that because they didn't have that when I played. Was it was a crossover weapon of a different game. Like it was like a halberd looking like big long stick with a curved blade on the end.
Oh, I've not seen
thing.
that. Okay.
I don't think I've heard of that one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds cool.
It's they did a collab with Wolong. There you go. They did a
Oh,
collab.
okay.
Yeah. And it's a Wolong weapon, and it's great. I've been loving it. I tried it out, and I'm like, whoa! And I just played through the entire game with that. It was awesome.
Nice.
The glaive,
pretty
yeah,
cool.
there you go.
A bunch of
Wolong
people
glaive.
in,
and
in
it's
chat are saying they used that as well. They used it to finish the DLC. So
yeah,
sounds like the
it's
winning
awesome.
weapon.
And it's totally full on technique build, and it's treating me well the whole time. So I'm enjoying it. But they do, if I may, like it's one of the first. It's actually the first weapon you get in the DLC. I'll just say they give you a ranged weapon, which is fucking crazy.
Yeah, I picked that up and I was like, what the fuck am I supposed to do with this?
You cheese. That's what I did. I'm like, hey, guess what I got? I'm up here. You're down there. It's going to take a bit, but pew, pew, pew.
Well, no, it's not even like a cool ranged weapon. It's like the most like boring, basic thing. And I was just like, ugh, I don't want that thing. Yeah.
No, I immediately +5 that special weapon. I immediately did that because I'm like, oh, I'm gonna cheese some mobs. You bet I'm gonna cheese some mobs. Fucking bet.
We've all done that where we jump on a rock and shoot stuff that can't reach us, or we get up a stairway.
Some of you have.
Yeah.
100%.
I think
We
that's
all have.
yeah, I think that's that might just be a Dan thing there, maybe a Zeke thing too.
Yeah, thank you. I think so.
I did what any good gamer does. I found the slowest weapon. I put all my points into strength, and I just fucking unga bunga the whole game. And it was fantastic.
As you do, man.
Yeah.
As you do.
It was fantastic.
A lot of boom.
It's a valid strat.
10 out of
Absolutely
10.
valid strat.
I don't even know where it. I think my weapon's a boss weapon. It's the giant blue sword, or whatever that you can like.
The frozen. Oh God, I want to call it frozen lunch. What was it?
I don't remember the name.
Frozen lunch.
That's a great name for a weapon, though.
Yeah, it would be good.
Yeah.
Whatever
Your
that
weapon
is,
to get some health back.
it's
That'd be all over it.
fantastic. I was one-shotting some of the like normal mobs.
Frozen feast. That's what it's called. Frozen feast.
Great. It was 10 out of 10. I'm enjoying that. I do want to go back and play the DLC. It might be an offline thing. One of the other things I want to play now that it's on the PC is Stellar Blade. Is that has skyrocketed to 1 million PC sales in its first 3 days.
Yeah.
I think that team also got rewarded.
Did they? Good for them. I hadn't heard that.
I think it might have been, they also got rewarded with Switch 2s, funny enough. But yeah, I finally want to play that game because I think all three of you have finished it. I know Zeke and Co have.
Loved it.
I just want to,
And not just because of the boobs.
yeah,
But they were great.
I want to play it for the gameplay, just like I want to read it for the stories, right? The articles.
Yes.
It's fun. The gameplay is
That's right.
fun.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah. I'm putting it on the list for sure. In the not so good news, Splitgate 2, after all that whole kerfluffle from the Summer Game Fest event with the head guy coming out with the Make Games Great Again hat and everything that happened after that, 1047, which is the developer of Splitgate 2,
Dude, that's pissing me off so much. I'm sorry. For
What
those
was it?
Okay.
I don't. I,
I think my hair is thinning or something. I don't know what it is, but now whenever I wear headphones, like, do you see this little floof in the back? You see that? It just gets
how
bigger
it
throughout the
pops
whole
up?
show.
It
It
happens.
just gets bigger and bigger, and by the end of the show, I'm sitting here looking like this. It's like,
Are you doing
Yeah,
this
oh,
a
dude.
lot?
I don't
all you
think
gotta do
so.
is
I
get one of
keep
these
trying to
bald
move it back
spots.
up.
Wow.
Just get a bald spot
Dan-
right there and it helps.
Dan's bald.
Dan,
What?
I didn't even know you were bald, man. It's barely
Also helps
discernible.
with cooling, keeps you cool.
Okay. I'm waiting to bald so I can start shaving my head and wearing my beanie again. I'm excited.
Yeah.
I can't wait, but
There you go.
we're not there yet, apparently.
One of my lights did something funny. I'm
I'm
just gonna
sorry.
reset him.
No, you're good.
I
This is
totally
the break.
interrupted
Is
you. I
everyone good? Does
apologize.
anyone else need to go to the restroom? We're not stopping
Yeah.
again. If you have to do it, go right now.
You will turn this stream around.
I'll turn this fucking stream around. 1047. The developer of Splitgate 2 announced layoffs affecting an undisclosed number of its employees. This came just a couple weeks after the official launch of Splitgate 2 on June the 6th. Not a good look whatsoever when that happens, especially not a good look when you have kind of the press that this game has
The
had.
world watching.
Yeah, the press that this game has had over the past couple of weeks. It looks like they peaked, at least on Steam, at 25,000 players as their peak concurrent. I think that game's free, right? I want to say it's free.
If it's free to play, that is low.
Yeah, but I'm waiting for it is okay. Yeah,
Yeah, there's a
Chad's
free to play
confirmed.
version, but you can also buy a support pack. But yeah,
Okay.
it's free.
Got it. Everyone that I've seen played it, or that has played it, has said that the game is fun. So it's,
Yeah.
I feel like the press just all of the press that has happened over the past couple of weeks is not done, has not benefited that game whatsoever. So
Yeah.
an unfortunate thing there. They also sponsored a bunch of, I saw a bunch of content creators sponsored for more than one stream for that. So they went in with marketing money on all of that. But yeah, undisclosed amount of layoffs was announced on LinkedIn. They classified it as a quote small group. They're at 1047 games. So what else?
Bummer, man.
Yeah, never a good thing to report on. I saw the initial update from this, or the initial posting from this about a week ago, and it was the most, like, I read it and I was like, I don't understand what this means. And it felt like that was the common consensus. I don't know what the latest on it is. I'm hoping you guys can update me. What's going on with Nexusmods? They sold, but I don't know like who or what they sold to. I heard it was like an investment firm or something.
They sold to a company that monetizes things.
That's their whole goal, is to monetize things.
Well, no. They sold it to a company, and that company does that. That's what the company does. Now, the company has said that they're going to, be as uninvasive as possible. I can't remember exactly what word they chose, but everyone kind of sees the writing on the wall.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's kind of like when when the big Wall Street company buys the failing business. No, I'm not going to shut you down. No, all your jobs are safe. It's fine. That's kind of what
The
we're.
cannibals promise not to eat us, so we'll be fine.
Yeah, but again, I haven't looked too much into it, but the people that I've talked to that have said that it's nothing terrible is happening yet, but the writing's on the wall that this is not a great situation if you're a Nexus mod.
Yeah. I'm seeing a lot of people in chat saying like, please don't touch my lifetime premium, which is something that has been there on the site.
I have lifetime premium. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for a while.
Amazing deal.
Yes.
I'm sure is one of be the first things to go.
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely.
Thank you, Barry.
Oh, okay.
Barry's linking in our chats the thing there. Yep.
What do you pay for with Nexusmods with lifetime
So-
premium? Like,
You can subscribe to Nexusmods to get not only like a slew of features in the site that make it easier, but also to download things quicker and from higher priority servers.
oh,
So if you're
sure.
somebody who
Okay,
does a
okay.
lot of modding, it is, and especially at the price of the lifetime, it was a very
get you.
lucrative deal. It is a very lucrative deal.
Yeah.
If it's still up, you might
Yes,
want to get
okay.
it now before they take it
no,
away.
I've run up against that. Like, I don't subscribe, so like I had to use the slower servers.
Yeah.
To get what I wanted, but
like a
when I
pleb.
mod Skyrim, I'll download like multiple terabytes of data in mods
Jesus.
to play the game for like 45 minutes
Yep.
each time. But like, yeah, I've gotten my money's worth from that lifetime sub. If they take that away and start making me pay monthly again, it's gonna be.
Yeah.
How much was that lifetime?
It's like
Wasn't
40
bad.
or
It was like
50
40
bucks, I
or
think.
something. Yeah, it really wasn't bad.
Jeez, wow. Okay.
And even better, you felt good about doing it because you were supporting the guy, and it was, he was a one-man operation and everything. So it's gonna be a completely different vibe, like after this whole process is done.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, do you think that this is going to be one of those cases where, like, necessity will be the mother of invention? It's like, well, Nexusmods sucks now, so someone else is going to step up and create a new Nexusmods. Or
Well, I mean, it all depends on how bad the new owners mess it up. Like maybe there's a world where they do whatever they want to do in a way that everyone's kind of cool with, and everything kind of cruises along. And of course, that's not going to happen. So yeah, probably what you said.
I was going to be like, oh, wake up. You fell asleep on drop frames again.
Smack me with a wad of bills, quick.
Yeah.
It'll be fine. The monetization company will be fine. It's fine.
With the express statement before I say this, I don't care to jump into it, but there's already been a bunch of rumblings around like the politics of Nexusmods and how people are already wanting to do that, Zeke. So they might even use that as like a springboard to go and actually make their own site, which could be a potential competitor to it moving forward. So we'll see. We'll see what comes from that.
Those things are very expensive to run.
Yeah, it's a lot of hosting.
It's a lot of hosting. A lot of hosting.
A lot of data.
Yeah, ton of data there. For sure. What else? Hades 2 posted an update this past week, the Unseen update, and it further establishes that it's really hard for me not to continue playing that game. The update looks massive. They added so much to it. And man, I need that game to go and hit 1.0 already. It looks fantastic. Everything they added there looks great. They added I think they added a new weapon mode for each weapon. So now every weapon is up to
what game? We're talking about Hades 2.
Yeah, for Hades 2. They've added new music. They added new storylines. I think the storyline is done in the game. They're just fine tuning everything. New art and obviously all that stuff. But yeah, I'm hoping that's wasn't the last one a Game Awards stealth drop? Didn't they do that at Game Awards?
I want to say that
80s?
I remember something like that.
When it went into EA, I don't think it was very popular, and then we all knew it was coming in 1.0, so I don't remember now.
Okay, maybe that
they
was
still
just
the Hades 2 announcement, didn't they?
That might have just been the early access. Yeah, Hades 2 was definitely a stealth drop.
Yeah.
When they announced it. But yeah.
But I think it was kind of a thing when Hades 1 came out, because that was one of the first Epic contract things. They were one of the first successful EA on Epic 1.0 on Steam.
Yeah.
And that kind of exploded after that happened. So
yeah. Just hurry up, guys. I don't know what's taking so long. Just put Hades 2 out. Everyone's dying to play it. No one wants to play your early access. Just get it out there. What are you doing? Jeez. It's not
How
hard.
far are you going to take this? I don't even care if it's done. Just give it to me half voiced.
Just put a 1.0.
I don't even need to be finished.
Just slap 1.0 on it. I'll put my own voice. I could be a great Hades.
AI voices on
Listen
there.
to my
Fine.
yeah.
I'll sing my own
Get some
music.
Get some AI in there. We don't care.
Okay, come on. Whoa, slow down, buddy. Come on. You
Sorry, too far.
You're trying to pull a Mr. Beast? What are you doing?
I know. I was trying to be
Oh
topical.
my God.
I was trying to be topical there. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I apologize.
Jeez.
Oh God. Look, since we're all nice
speaking of just a real quick AI, what are those? Okay.
Oh.
What are those two? They're two blonde twins, the YouTube twins.
Oh,
Jake,
the
Paul
Finkel
brothers?
people? The Finky brothers?
Yeah,
whatever they are?
Whatever they are. I don't
Yeah.
I
One's always
barely-
just smile or super funny and dumb. Yeah, I love
I
those guys.
barely know what they do or what they are, but I saw a tweet that was one of their videos said, for every comment this video gets, we'll give $1 to an AI creator. And it said, and then comments are disabled for this video. I thought that was pretty funny.
Nice. Yeah, that's great. That's great. A lot of conversation in the
Da Vinci, there it is. The Da Vinci.
Da Vinci,
Bros.
yep.
There you go.
a lot of conversation around
Yes.
that in the creator world due to the announcement of an AI thumbnail creator from Mr. Beast. So
From the largest creator.
yeah,
That was definitely a
Yeah.
really unfortunate thing to see.
yep.
Mhm.
Big,
I'm
big
glad-
step backward.
I'm glad that people like Jacksepticeye though exist and are willing to push back against him in a rather meaningful way.
I mean, he had to as well.
yeah,
I mean,
because he was
dude-
involved in it a lot.
Dude,
and so
Mr.
much.
Beast put Jacksepticeye's logo on the screen when saying, you can put other people's YouTube into my program to make thumbnails that are modeled after their channel.
Yeah.
And he showed Jacksepticeye's thing on the stream. It's just like, what are you thinking?
Yeah.
I was talking about this on stream today. I don't understand how he could. You know how we talk about people being in bubbles?
yeah.
I don't understand how someone like Mr. Beast cannot fundamentally realize how bad of an idea what he did was. Like, how can you think that promoting an AI artwork thumbnail generator was going to work? That's the thing that the world was going to be okay with that. How it's driving me crazy. I'm like wrapping my head around it. How did this happen?
Well,
He's not a complete idiot, right? I don't think I've never met the guy.
I don't
He's not a
think so.
complete idiot.
I think
So-
it was probably when he was exiting the one house where he's locked the guy up for $300,000 to lose 100 pounds, and going over to the other house where he's got two people staying until they kill each other. What I don't know what fucking experiments they have.
Wait a minute, what? Now this is something I might have to tune in for. What is this?
No, I don't. He's got
Okay.
so many like different experiences going on that
Yeah.
it was probably just like, hey, you need to film this AI video. Oh, we're doing an AI. Yeah. People
You
are
know,
gonna love it.
that's what I'm thinking too.
Yeah.
But that leads
I'm
me
sure
that leads me to the next thing. Like, is it really an ignorance thing? Like, is
I
it
don't
is it
know.
really so naive that the largest content creator didn't know AI equal bad?
Yeah, I don't.
Is that really the world we live in?
I
It
don't
seems weird to
I'm
me.
sure
It
it's.
seems
I'm
really
sure
weird to
it's
me.
like NFT stuff. It was like there was a lot of people, but under the radar that knew it was bad. It was a bad idea and it was scammy and all this kind of shit. And then the people above that the
They got
rumblings
Troy
were like,
Bakered.
oh,
Yeah, they got
NFTs,
Baker.
exactly.
Absolutely. They
Exactly.
got TB'd.
Yeah.
like, oh, I heard this NFT thing is a great way to make money, and like I didn't hear anything about it. So whoops.
Yeah. It to an extent, I do think that our take on AI is somewhat in a bubble because for the most part, younger people are like AI good.
Even for artwork?
But I don't know for art and
yeah,
stuff like that.
That's
maybe,
the big
maybe not.
thing. Like and even
Yeah.
I mean, we'll extol the virtues of AI when used properly, like in pipeline development. There's all sorts of fantastic uses for AI. It's a really unfortunate bucket term. But that being
Yes.
said, like I thought and from the response to his tweet, it seems the general world population is still relatively against art AI.
Yeah.
Like art I, if you want to call it that.
Art
That
AI,
seems that seems like we're all kind of on the same page that we're not okay with that. How he didn't know that before that tweet
Mhm.
is baffling to me.
I think this is a
but yeah.
case of, have you ever have a friend that like got really rich and then like they've been rich for a long time and they sort of just like change and they
Yeah,
become out of touch with reality of like normal people?
Wow, he just said
Like
it.
Mr.
Jesus.
Beast is at the point where he's probably had it made his own thumbnails or edited his own videos for years and years. Like he's so out of touch with the process of creating like stuff
Sure.
Oh yeah,
by
oh,
hand
for sure. Yeah.
that he just like he's just like in this bubble where he only talks to like a certain group of people that were like they're the bros that are all about AI and NFTs and like it's just so good and like they just like become like this out of touch with everyday people in reality. And I think he got like a big wake up call when he posted that yesterday and literally everyone came after him. It popped his little bubble he's been in for a while where he probably just never had anyone that disagrees with him because he's Mr. Beast. How are you going to disagree
so.
with him? Like, can he handle this?
Yeah.
Like people disagreeing with him? We don't know how he is behind like closed doors and stuff. So
We're
he's just
seeing
out
that
of touch.
reverse echo chambering almost with some big creators too. where you can see like over the years they'll change based on their community and how it interacts with them. It's maybe the same thing happened to him. Yeah, who knows? But yeah, it's still wild. It's still wild to me. Like,
Absolutely.
I'm sure he'll be fine. He's Mr. Beast, but it's still pretty crazy.
I'm sure he's going to be just fine. Yeah.
I love Julio's like, he should make AI content. It's probably better than his actual content. It will be.
Boom. Julia.
Damn, Jules. Damn.
Julia. That's my fucking rematch teammate right there. That's my striker.
Rematcher.
That's my
striker, right?
That's my egoer. No safe segue to this. Marathon has posted a development update, and the game has been delayed indefinitely. They've made the decision to delay the September 23rd release of Marathon. They talked about the focus of everything that they're going to be doing, upping the survival game, doubling down on the Marathon universe, and adding more social experiences. And they did say you'll hear from us again.
We've
this
added
fall.
new and additional pipelines for when we take art to make sure we don't obfuscate it quite as improperly. You're not gonna know any time in the future when we take art. We're gonna make sure it's hidden properly, and we're gonna make sure that the right teams are there to make sure it's done right.
Yeah.
I'm shocked. Every piece of press about Marathon has been so positive. I'm surprised this is delayed.
Yeah. It really came out of nowhere. Really shocked a lot of people with this development update of the delay of Marathon. We talked about the question when we first kind of broached this subject a couple weeks ago was like, do they delay it? And you guys were all like, yeah, of course.
So my chat's like, we've partnered with Mr. Beast to create new art content.
We found his thumbnail generator. We liked what we saw.
Well, slightly alter everyone else's art for this game.
Thank you for that one, chat.
I was saying, we talked about like, do they delay? Do they not delay? And I don't remember exactly our response to it, but regardless, they delayed it, and now I don't know what you do to reintroduce this, because like Dan said jokingly, they've had just absolute catastrophe of PR around it. So do you just hope that people forget about it and then it comes back out? I don't know.
Here's the unfortunate reality for this project is that it wasn't on a good vector even before the art stuff. It pretty clearly needed more even before all the other stuff. And the other stuff is enough to sink a good project. So, I mean, the fact that they're looking at this and they're saying things like, we're doubling down and no major changes planned and stuff like that, it's like, dude, this is a Concord situation. Like they're not paying attention to reality, and they're just doing what they want to do, and they're just charging through with their heads down. And if they actually release this product, it's going to be a catastrophe.
I'll tell you what you do. You get on the horn with Hello Games, the No Man's Sky guys, people. You get on the horn with them and like, what the fuck did you guys do? Because they hated you. They hated you bad. What did you do? Well, please help us.
And Hello Games just goes, okay, here's what I need you to do. Buckle down and release free updates that are meaningful about 2 times a year for the next decade.
Yep.
Free.
Okay, go.
All free.
Go. Yeah, go do that right now.
Yes, they take that back to the Bungie execs, and then they get laughed out of the fucking room.
Correct. That's exactly how that would work. Yep.
Yeah, just 10 years of free updates, guys. We could do it. Let's turn this ship around.
Well, they have to be good updates, and you have to care about them while you do them.
Yes. Yeah. Which I don't think would be the hardest part for the devs, but I think the people signing the checks are gonna be like, guys, what are we doing? Like, what? Yeah, come on, let's not do this anymore. A lot of people in chat are under the impression that this is just gonna be a quietly kill. Like this is the first step to a quietly kill of Marathon.
This is very much.
You think they just take all that sunk cost and just eat it? Yeah.
I think they'll bring it back in form of another project eventually, but it's going to need some time to cool off. But this is very similar, if you remember, kind of what we saw the Anthem reboot, where they were like, they kind of announced like, we're going to delay it indefinitely because we don't really like the direction it's going, and retool it, and we'll let you know. And then like a few months later, it was just gone.
Yeah.
Yep. Release an article on a Friday and hope it dies.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah, hasn't been.
I wonder what
good
I
one.
wonder what the dev team at like are doing. Like the marathon dev team coming into work being like, "Oh, we can do whatever we want. We're just like, no. Go ahead, smoke cigarettes in the office. Be my guest. Like no one cares."
I think it's probably that attitude that you touched on at the end, where it's just like aimless, right? Like you walk into work and you're just like,
it's probably really depressing.
You're hit by a wall of just like malaise and apathy.
I mean, you have to remember a lot of these people have been working on that project for years before all this shit hit the fan. So it's like they're just getting totally screwed over this. It's a really, for the devs, this is a horrible situation.
Yeah. Fuck, now I feel bad for making a joke about it.
Well, if anything,
the only thing worse than what the dev situation are people that joke about it. So
the money has changed you, bro. You've changed. Changed, bro. You're a different person now. I don't even know who you are. Can I pierce your bubble, please? Can I pop your bubble just for a second?
I used to find peasants so much more entertaining than this.
I know. You'd invite them over, humiliate them by making them shave in a hot tub. Like, man, you have become very, very
To be fair, Zeke, selling that water is what really elevated my status. So, you know, you can only be so angry, sir. I made millions off that. So,
Dan, I'm sorry for bringing you on the show this week. I didn't realize they were going to be like this.
Like two unruly children.
Yeah, I apologize.
See, Dan has been the same Dan for as long as I've known him, and I got to commend you for that, Dan. Money has not changed you.
That is true.
What money?
Much.
You guys getting?
You guys are getting money. Jeez.
Wait, you guys.
Dan's like, yep, you're absolutely right. Now, what money are we talking about? What's happening here? How are you making it?
We getting a check for this show? What?
The Grizzler, who I love that name. First off, in chat said that Paul Tassi did some reporting and found out that most devs found out from this article going live that the game was delayed.
Yeah.
So they didn't even know.
Yeah.
Until this went live on the 17th.
This is actually something I have experience with. I worked at I was a bar back and a DJ for a bar in Billings.
Okay.
And came into work one day and they were just handing out checks. And I was like, what is this? It's not even payday. And they're like, we're closing. And I was like, fucking what? I was supposed to work tonight. And they're like, no, we are closing the doors. We are done. I was like, God damn, that's cold. Fuck's sake.
Yeah.
Like I was planning on making some tips tonight because I live off tips. So like, holy shit. And to top it all off, it was like 2 days before Christmas.
Oh God, man. Jeez.
That's like the 90s
good.
special right there. Holy fuck.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Damn.
Why were they having to close? Just not enough business?
Zeke was the DJ, didn't you hear?
Yeah.
Oh.
No, when I say
played.
Hold on.
That was
When
instant.
I say DJ, I literally mean I was a disc jockey. I just took the disc, like the CD, and put it in the player.
Well,
yeah, this was back when we still were using CDs. I would just put the CD in the player and play another song. That's all I do. We'll sit up there and like take requests from. It's like, can you play Usher's Yeah again? I'm like, sure, go ahead. Yeah, here we go. That's all I would do was like play songs that get people possibly dancing and shit like that. But I didn't do like any mixing or scratching or fucking anything original. I just put different tracks in.
What's that app called now when you go to a bar where you can like pay to hear a song? You put in the queue where you like scan the QR code or whatever. Zeke,
I was about to be like,
Dan
that's
and Co
called
haven't been in a bar in like 30 years, but what?
I was just gonna say it's a jukebox, man. I don't know what to tell you.
Chat might help me out here, right? Maybe
Touch Tunes,
Touch Tunes.
Touch Tunes.
Okay, yeah. You were Touch Tunes human version, yeah. Or
they could have
jukebox.
easily have had just the Touch Tunes in the bar that would have taken my job.
Yeah,
but unfortunately, with Touch Tunes, you have to listen to what some of the audience, like the minority of the audience, wants.
Yeah.
And the
rich
like,
minority of the audience.
Dude, some of that
this sucks.
You can have some fun with that. It's really awesome going into like let's say like a sports bar where there's just like a bunch of 40, 50-year-old men who are just having a beer off of work watching some stuff, and then Backstreet Boys comes on.
There was a dude, I shit you not, there was a dude that would sneak into not my bar, but my buddy's bar, who he managed a bar, and he had a Touch Tunes thing, and he would sneak in there because they kicked him out so many times, but he would sneak in there with like a $20 bill and play first. The same fucking song. I can't remember what it was, but it was something like Backstreet Boys, NSYNC, or like Boot Scoot Boogie or something like that. It would just play like 12 times in a row until they had to like unplug the fucking thing. He would sneak in there just to fuck, because he hated him so much. He hated that bar so much. He would sneak in, like he would have like a hat on and glasses and stuff. He'd sneak over to the thing. And I'm not kidding you. He put it in and just sabotaged the entire night. Like it was like Backstreet's back again, like for the 17th time in a row.
That's great. I love that story. That guy.
That's a good
awesome.
story. Yeah, I like
that guy. Respect.
I like how that guy's like, what am I gonna do today? Sneak into that bar and play a bunch of shit songs. Like that's what I'm gonna do today. That's my day.
Revenge.
Never underestimate a fucking grudge, dude. Never underestimate a grudge, because some people hold that shit forever.
That's right.
And they will go out of their way. They'll they will take time out of their day, they could be doing something productive just to play Backstreet's Back again on your fucking
I love it. I love it. That's fantastic. Moving along with the news, Metaphor shipped or announced they shipped 2 million. So congrats to them. That's great stuff for Atlas. Start work on Persona 6 already, please. Thank you. What else happened this past week? Oh, Fantasy Life I, which I think, Dan, you played a bunch of that, right?
Yeah, me and Julia.
Julia's like a lot. Fucking. Julia showed the world.
He's the Sherpa.
Yeah, she is the Sherpa. She's crazy. They announced just a completely free DLC, which is a roguelike open world that's coming to that game on.
Whoa.
Is it out now? Its development is actively underway. So it's not out yet, but they're just continuing to add to that game, which is awesome stuff. So that game also crossed 1 million units sold worldwide, and they gave out free stuff for that. You can find the code on the website if you already have not added that to your list. I want to say that's kind of everything. Chad, is there any?
Just on that Fantasy Life thing, it's that's saying something. Selling 1 million copies when you're selling it for $60. I didn't know that it was like a full ass price game.
Oh yeah,
so to speak.
That game has gotten so many good reviews. People are loving it. They're calling it the next Animal Crossing.
Yes, it's great. It's worth it.
Yeah, it's a great mix of different genres. Like if you like any type of life sim, Animal Crossing, Stardew Valley, it's got like a little bit of everything. So I recommend if you like any of those games.
What game we talking about? Fantasy Life I?
Yes.
Am I saying that right? Fantasy Life I.
That's correct.
Yes.
Yep.
It's a very cute little game.
Yep. That's correct.
It's a sequel to a 3DS game, but you don't have to have played the first one to play this one. It's designed to be played by anyone, so you don't have to feel like you need to play the 3DS.
Are you still playing, Dan?
I beat the story, and then I've been waiting for them to do some big changes. I had some kind of like annoyance things but they've apparently been patching like the open world camera and then farming. They apparently have fixed the farming, and I think their camera fix is either coming or there's like you couldn't like look up in the world. You can only like look at a strict angle down, but there was like mountains where you'd have to climb up. So it was kind of annoying where you couldn't look up mountains, that kind of thing. It's a fun little game if you like sim stuff, and it's not a hard game, but it's just hard enough to keep things interesting.
All right, I let that one breathe to see if anyone would make a joke, and we went right past it.
No, we're good.
I'm proud of that for us, for the four of us to just let that one lie. Sega.
You have to every so often. We can't make fun of
That's
every
correct.
one, right?
Yeah.
Come on. Yeah.
Sega accidentally outed some sales numbers. Just straight up uploaded information that they weren't supposed to, and so we got full sales. Persona 5 Royale sitting at 7.25, which includes the remaster. Sonic Frontiers 4.5 million. Team Sonic Racing 3.5. Yakuza Like a Dragon, 2.86 million. Sonic Superstars,
Nice,
2.4. Warhammer 3,
Wow.
2.3. Shin Megami 5, including Vengeance, is 2.1. Persona 3 Reload was 2 million. Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth was 1.6. And Like a Dragon The Man Who Erased His Name was 0.96 million. So,
Damn.
Almost $1 million.
yeah.
Did it have any
That's
data
good numbers.
on the current sales of Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii?
I do not see those. Let me check this other page.
Not that I can see.
I do not see that. No, that was not on there.
Thank you.
I would think that that's on the lower end, right? Like a
I would think so too. I'm just kind of curious how much on the lower end.
yeah. I wouldn't
It went very under the radar, man.
yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised
Really
if it was
good
still
game.
500,000 though. Yakuza has become a pretty common name amongst the gaming world. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Let's talk video games that have come out this past week because there's been some good ones. There's been some meh ones. FBC Firebreak. Did any of you guys play it? Anyone do a sponsored stream for
No.
that? I skipped it completely.
Oh, I heard about it and I was so sad because I was like, oh man, I'm looking forward to playing this, but I'm going to play something else.
Yeah.
I'm going to go back. I'm going to wait and see what everybody thinks. And everybody thought it
Meh.
was trash. It was terrible.
Oh, so okay, because I heard it was
Well,
just
okay.
meh. Was it actually bad?
I heard the biggest issue people had was that the content was thin, like very thin. Like there's not a lot of maps, and you start replaying them in some cases immediately. I've heard people saying like they got the same map twice in a row, like right at the start, which was really weird. I don't know if that's a bug or something, but it seems like it's thin, and it seems like it's okay. And the problem with thin and okay is thin and okay is kind of fine unless you're a company that's known for putting out amazing and awesome, in which case thin and okay sticks out like a sore thumb. And that is really unfortunate for Remedy. Like it seems, doesn't seem fantastic. Last we checked, it was mixed on Steam. I don't know what it is now.
Okay. I did
It's still
read.
mixed.
In fact, it is still mixed.
66%.
Okay.
Yeah.
I did read /see that it only has like I think 5 missions in it at the moment, which is a little bit like Ko said, thin. And most, at least the review that I watched of it, basically said like it was fine for 4 hours, and then I was good, and I got everything that I needed from the game. And it didn't sound like there was any big like story tie-in, and I think that's what the marketing did for that game, and what a lot of people wanted from this game was like, oh, it's more of the Remedy-verse. We're gonna get more, lore bits or more stuff from the Control world, and I don't think
Now,
it delivered on any of that.
Although it's not nearly as egregious, there's some unfortunate parallels here between this and Redfall, where it's kind of like, you're known for doing this one thing really well, and then you try to do this other thing, and it just really didn't work out because it's not really what you do well. So it's just kind of unfortunate. Like taking risks is good, but you gotta. There's a reason that Riot cancels 85% of the projects it starts, because it needs to pick the right ones to succeed. And selecting which projects get your time, energy, and resources is just as important as the project. Like it's so. This looks like a situation where unfortunately it did not work out in their favor.
Yeah. I think too, when you see a game like this and it's going for $40, it seems like they price it like that because they kind of know, like to me, that doesn't come across as confident. I don't think that this game is worth $40 to begin with, but that seems, the pricing makes it seems like that's something that comes after the fact, where they're like, well, it's probably not going to do that well. Let's knock it down from 50, or let's knock it down from, higher than what we wanted to charge initially. Let's get a Game Pass deal so we can try to get those players involved.
Yeah.
But
and especially from a company like Remedy, it makes you think that the exact thing they want you to say is, oh, but it's only $40.
right.
That's what they want you to say. Oh, but it's okay because it's only $40. And it's like, yeah, but Remedy, we don't want to say that about you. You're a company that we never want to say, but it's okay. It's only $40. Like that's other companies maybe, but not you.
Yeah.
They released a big
We
roadmap.
used to saying like it's full price, but absolutely worth it.
Yeah, exactly. That's what we
Right.
want from Remedy. I want you to let this cook for another 2 years, charge me 60 for it, and have it have a 15-hour campaign I can play with my friends that has meaningful control lore.
Yes.
Like, that's what would have been nice. Like that could have been a lot more interesting. But
Mhm.
yeah,
I would agree.
They released a big roadmap of a bunch of things they're going to be adding before they even launched the game, which kind of like seems like they were trying to set up the
Live
narrative.
servicey.
We know there's not a lot in the game right now, but we want you to
Yeah.
buy it because we promise we'll add stuff later.
Now, out
Kinda
of
felt
curiosity,
a little off.
were they staging this as a gas?
I
I don't know.
I
It
don't know.
Are
definitely
they
seems
calling
like
it that?
it seems like they're setting it up to be like live servicey, but I don't know if they're using that terminology or not. It just definitely seems like they're planning on like
Hmm.
adding like new things to this over time, but I don't know. It doesn't seem like they're working towards that.
Because I will say that from chat and everyone that we were looking at, people were expecting a game, like a full
Mhm.
game. maybe that was one of the issues. I was not aware they were staging this as a games as a service.
yeah.
So like, yeah, that's unfortunate. Looks like there's also some PR issues with the game as well.
Right. Yeah. It was kind of came out and people were like, meh. So yeah, not a great first week for the FBC Firebreak game. Which,
I guess
Not surprising.
The thing I want to know about it is how many different boss types are there?
there's only
Like-
5
like the-
levels,
the-
so
The sticky note monster, like that was a cool monster.
right.
Like how many of those are there in the game? Because if there's less than like a dozen, like you shouldn't have fucking done this yet.
I mean,
I
Yeah.
think there's 5. I think there's one boss per map.
yeah,
You
there's
get
one
5
boss per
maps.
map.
Is there?
Yeah.
Okay, so one of my touches said there's only one boss.
Oh no.
I really hope
That's what I'm
not the
saying, like,
case.
That's the coolest thing for me. Would like as someone who liked control over any of the other Remedyverse games.
Sticky
I
Ricky
love
is
the
the only one
SCP.
big boss, and there's not even one boss per map, is what was just said in my chat.
Oh wow. Okay.
Okay,
Oh wow. Never
that's
mind.
what
Yeah.
I'm saying. Because I didn't see any other footage of any other bosses,
Oof.
and that's what I want. I want to see their takes on objects of power becoming
Yeah.
powerful bosses
Yeah.
that you fight, like
You
shit
want
like
control
that.
lore, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, I
You-
mean,
you
yeah.
want that awesome lore that makes control so special.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. That's what I wanted.
Yeah. There should when I think of Remedy, I think heavy story game. I don't think of very little story game. Like this could have been cool if they had tied it into Control 2, like have Jesse come and like give you missions or fill you in on lore, like
Oh,
the
dude.
characters to, like set up the second game. That would be amazing.
So total real talk, for the longest time, one of the reasons I was so excited about this is because, and I'm gonna, can I spoil a little bit? Have you guys have all played Alan Wake 2? We're all fully caught up and everything? We're good?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
For the longest time, maybe this is what it is, but I thought this game was going to be a multi-stage, like co-op story game, kind of like Dan said, where we are trying to clear out the oldest house during the events of Alan Wake 2. Because remember, they can't contact the oldest house because it's like they can't figure it out. So I thought this game was going to be like the bridge. Like this was teams trying to get in to save it. And so I thought it fit in perfectly. It was all awesome and everything. Then it comes out and it's like, oh no, it's not actually, like, there's really no lore in it and it's not really like tied in. It's just kind of like, I would have been so, like, this is such a cool opportunity. Like they could have made the whole thing fit and been like this cool, cogent story environment with multiple genres and things. But man, it's really unfortunate. I feel like this is a big missed opportunity in a lot of ways.
Yep.
But, yeah.
I agree.
No, I mean, I could like
It's a hist
give
opportunity.
me an hour to go through like all of the like objects of power
Mm.
and like
That's good.
all of the
Good.
like the places of power and shit like that. And I mean, I could give you a rudimentary idea of like probably at least 10 bosses that I could, just that could be easily
Oh,
fleshed out and
completely.
made fun.
Yeah. I mean,
Dude,
it might not come from a lack of ideas, but a lack of funds, right? Like they might have only had
Yeah,
budget
that's
for
fair.
so
That's
much.
lack of funds
Yeah.
and time.
Yeah,
Mhm.
money and
Yeah.
time, right? Yep.
Yeah.
So
I'm the idea guy. I don't think about this shit. I think about logistics.
yeah, exactly. Exactly.
You don't have me on this show for my technical knowledge at all.
The game peaked at is that, oh my god, the game peaked at 1,997 players on Steam.
100?
Yeah.
Oof.
1997. So
They
on
didn't even get to
Steam.
5 digits.
Was it Game Pass?
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
FBC Game Pass.
If it's on Game Pass,
Yeah.
I mean, I to be blunt, if it's on Game Pass, you can kind of in some ways ignore.
Yes, it is. Yeah. So,
in
sometimes
that case,
the
that Steam does
is
not
kinda,
mean much.
It's not accurate. Yeah. I think it only works.
Oh, it's
the
also on
inverse.
PS Plus, so it's also free on the Sony one as well.
Yeah. It's one of those things where it works in the inverse, right? If it's on both of those
Mhm.
and it has a high Steam name or Steam number to it, then it's doing well. But if it's doing poorly, you never know.
Yeah, just because you get a CLO Steam number, that doesn't mean anything a lot of times.
Yep.
It could be doing
Yeah.
phenomenally on Game Pass and PS Plus. We have no idea.
You never know. You never know.
Never know.
I am incredibly excited for not only Death Stranding 2 coming out tomorrow, but for next week's show.
Comes out tomorrow?
Well, we have access to it as streamers, I think, tomorrow. A lot of people do. It officially launches on Thursday, I think, early access, because they have a two-day early access on Tuesday. Anyways, coming out this week, because our discussion around Death Stranding 2, which, Dan, you might have been here for that show a long time ago, whenever that came out. I want to say you were on that show now, thinking about it. It was a mess to talk about. I enjoyed it thoroughly because we all played it and we were all just kind of, one, a little bit bewildered, and two, also like trying to say we don't like it, but we also did like it, and it's kind of all over the. I don't know. It was a fun discussion. So we'll see how it goes this week. There was some news about it this past week that Kojima said that he made significant changes to the game, to Death Stranding 2, because playtesters thought it was, quote, too good.
Too good.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh,
Specifically, the story. The story was too good of a feel-good story. He didn't want that. He wanted it to be a conflictory story, and make
Okay,
it
that makes
think
more
and
sense.
talk about it later. Yeah.
Yeah. It came from an interview with Woodkid, who is doing the music for the game, or working on the music for the game. It said, quote, I'm going to be very honest. This is Woodkid saying that Kojima said this. Quote, I'm going to be very honest. We have been testing the game with players, and the results are too good. They like it too much. That means something is wrong. We have to change something. Then he changed stuff in the script and the way some crucial stuff happens in the game because he thought his work was not polarizing and not triggering enough emotions. According to Kojima, quote, if everyone likes your work, it means it's mainstream. It means it's conventional. It means it's already pre-digested for people to like it. I don't want that. I want people to end up liking things they didn't like when they first encountered it, because that's where you really end up loving something.
That's all we need is more things to be polarizing.
Kojima's he's totally gonna be that dude in that Love, Death, and Robot. He's totally gonna dive into a pool and turn himself into a pool cleaning robot. That's Kojima. That's 100% Kojima. Oh, the world likes me too much. I must get into a state where they don't like me as much. Like,
I mean,
I love the art. I love the art aspect of that. But oh my lord, I love it. I love it. I love it.
Maybe I've already crossed the veil, but I kind of get what he's saying in a way.
I completely get what he's saying.
Yeah.
He wants to be controversial, like, and that's a very, like, that's worthy goal that he wants. That he doesn't just want to entertain; he wants to make people think and also entertain.
Yeah.
So that's worthy goal, man. Like, do it.
Yeah. I want people to end up liking things they didn't like when they first encountered it, because that's when you really end up loving something.
I get what he's
Wow.
he's saying, because sometimes, like, when a movie, for example, is like everything ends up happy, you tend to not like think about it as much as if something, like, you see something and it disturbs you, or it, like,
Sure.
it makes you think weird, or you don't like the bad guys win, or something, like, where it just like sticks with you a little longer. I think that's what he's like going for, and like we're also doing with like translation things, so maybe it doesn't like translate correctly.
That's a good point too.
But yeah, he's kind of going for like that, where he just wants it to like stick with people for longer.
What it makes me think of, and I funny enough, I just saw like a interview with Brad Pitt about.
I
Bonanza
did
7
too.
and
I was
how-
about to mention that because
Yeah.
the TikTok algo
Yeah.
hitting me with that. Yeah.
how he like put in his contract that don't change the ending. I'll be in the movie, but don't change the ending. And they inevitably came to him and they were like, we want to change the ending because it's too harsh. And he was like, nope, I will not stand for that shit. And I get it. He wants Kojima. As much as I bag on the guy, like there's some of his shit that I absolutely love. Like Death Stranding was a miss for me for the most part. But he does have this style about him, and he wants a what's in the box moment. Like he wants people, I'm guessing. This is a guess. Like he wants people leaving his game going, ugh, that fucked me up, you know?
Yeah. I don't know, Dan. Now that I'm thinking about it critically.
Oh, 7. Sorry, yeah, I was talking about 7. Brad Pitt and 7. I should have said that. I apologize.
Yeah. Now that I'm thinking about it critically, Dan, you just finished your first Death Stranding run, so there was no way you were on our spoiler show for that, right?
No, I had played it, but
Okay,
I
you
didn't
had played it.
finish it. Yeah.
Okay, got it.
And I just finished the story for the first time. Apparently, I had gotten almost to the end. I was like a few hours from the end, and I just stopped playing because some other game came out at the same time. I think it was the Jedi Order one,
Oh,
and I just switched to that and never came back.
yeah.
But yeah, so I finished it first time, and it was a good story. I enjoyed the story. I thought it was like well crafted and like it stuck with me. The gameplay is what polarized a lot of people.
Yes.
The gameplay in Death Stranding was definitely
No, that's
once it clicked,
abs-
you either really were into it or it just wasn't for you. Like you would get into that point pretty early.
Yep.
no, that's absolutely my hurdle was. I liked the story, even though it was, there was a fucking bunch of Kojima moments where it's like, I'm fragile, but not that fragile. My eye strained from rolling my eyes. Like I had a headache for a week after hearing that line.
What about the Princess?
Because it was
Peach?
so Kojima, just like dripping, and it's just like, oh my god. Ugh.
For me, it was the Princess Beach. That's the one where I was like, all right, okay.
Yeah.
But yeah,
That was
No,
funny.
there's a lot of moments, but the gameplay though, I hated it. Like, it's one of those games where, people like I'll play like things like Getting Over It or Baby Steps, something like that, where you're fighting the fucking controls like the entire game, and that's the fun of it for a lot of people. For me, it is never fun. I'll hate fuck it for a stream, but I won't play any more of it ever again because it's so awful and frustrating for me. I didn't want to take the time to clear out any paths to drive. I didn't want to build roads. I wanted to see the story. And in order to see the story, if you don't build the roads, you have to drive over these fucking rocks in the worst vehicle since the fucking Mako. Like, oh my God.
yeah.
It was awful. But I made it through it. And the story was very, very like weird and esoteric and Kojima. It's like I dug it, but man, the gameplay left a bad taste in my mouth.
Yeah.
You can tell Kojima is a filmmaker that happens to make games as well.
Yeah.
He's a big filmmaker.
It's like Matt Mercer. Like I feel like he is an actor that does video games.
Mm-hmm.
Like he is so good at what he does, and he's just doing video games. Troy Baker, another good example. Like they're
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Nolan North.
I was watching Liz do the LIZZ, the streamer, do the final portion of the game, and I use that as kind of my recap. This was like 2 or 3 weeks ago, and it was the type of thing where I hadn't thought about Death Stranding in a super long time, and I like watched that without the baggage is a negative. It kind of turns the sentiment to this to be negative, but without the baggage of playing the game. And I was just kind of like, fuck, I think I kind of like this game after all these years. So yeah, I don't know. We'll see what happens this week. It's definitely going to be, I think, a big thing in terms of just the gaming industry talking about it, because it always is with Kojima, right?
Always is.
It's always the discussion.
Especially now, people saying it's like game of the year quality already.
Yeah,
Oh,
people
yes.
are, the sentiment toward it is very positive right now.
Mhm.
So
If any game's going to deliver, it's going to be this one.
yeah. And maybe, after reading his quotes, maybe I'm his target audience, right?
Oh my.
Maybe Kojima-san is making the game for me, guys. Maybe I haven't pre-digested it. Kojima, I promise. We'll see what happens. Comes out
in
this
2
week.
days.
Yeah, it's got early access and stuff all over the
Right,
place.
JP, only thing we can do at this point is get him on the show so we can ask him.
That's right. We got to get Kojima on the
go.
He's
Let's do it.
I would say within the gaming industry, he might be the hardest person to get on a podcast.
Mhm. What you got to do is get Jeff Keighley
I gotta get
first.
Jeff Keighley
and
first.
then use
We've
Jeff
had
to
Keighley,
wrangle
though.
him in.
We've had Keighley before.
Jeff has been on the show.
Yeah.
It's been awesome.
But would you guys, I feel like I would, what's the term? I guess like Kojima comes across as being too cool for me to talk to. Like
He's
he
definitely
would,
very
he would,
cool
he-
kid
he's
on
got
the
like
show.
he's got like an aura where he would out
Mhm.
aura me and I'd be like,
Passive
He's the kid in high
outpouring.
school where his
Yeah.
parents bought him a car. He's got Abercrombie on. He's got the cool phone. Everyone's like,
yes.
he's just so cool.
Yeah.
You're like, I don't know if I'm worthy talking to him over there. I don't know if I could sit with him at lunch.
Yeah.
No, with people like that, I'm serious. Like this, I'm being absolutely serious. With people like that, find something they like and talk about that first. Don't talk about their current
Just start
project
talking
first.
about movies or something. Yeah.
Talking about a movie. Yeah, talk about a movie. Like, I heard you liked, blank movie. I love that movie. What, have you ever used this movie? Blah, 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 so on and so forth. But yeah,
Yeah.
find an in and use that.
Yeah.
That's how I would go about an interview with Kojima.
It's also shocking to me every time I think/relearn this. He's 61.
No, he's not. He's 41. Have
Like
you
that?
seen him?
That dude is 61.
No, he's 41.
Age is like
Look at him.
fine wine.
Like, holy shit. He's fucking 61. And he's
Damn.
out here still doing the stuff.
Dude.
Doing the damn thing.
Fuck.
That's crazy.
I'm looking
right?
at his face right now, a current picture of him. Good God.
Yeah.
He's barely aged in 20 years. He looks exactly the same.
Yeah.
Nanomachines, son.
Yeah. Think about
The only
that.
thing- that's the
He's
only
the
possible thing.
nanomachines son guy. That's
Yeah.
wild to think.
Dude
Maybe
is
he's an
16 years
extinction
older than me.
entity.
Yeah.
16 years older than me.
Yep. Yep. He's got those.
Yeah.
That's
I
wild.
wish
And
we
you
could
look
get
at
a hug.
least 30 years older than him. That's wild.
I know. Don't you think I look in the mirror every well, not every day, but
Someone
I
in
feel the
chat.
same way. I feel exactly the same
Oh
way.
my god, I'm gonna ban the shit out of this person. He goes, he's old, but he's not that old. That made me. That's just a stupid line. It shouldn't be that funny. It shouldn't be that funny.
Stop it. No, stop
That's-
it. I can't go through another week of headache again. I can't do it.
Jesus
My eyes are
Christ.
trying to roll.
All right, well, tune in next week because we'll have our Death Stranding 2 conversation. Ko, you're going on vacation this week, but you'll start it by then, right?
No, so I can start it tomorrow morning after checking my email a bit more thoroughly.
Yeah,
But I don't think I'm going to because I'm going to
Okay.
be out of town for like 3 days.
Yeah,
so I
you
don't
have to
really
take a
want to.
break.
Yeah, and I'm still going to play more Dune. So I don't, I'll probably just play Dune until I leave and then really dive into it when I get back.
And you
Full
get
focus.
what back? Are you
Get back to the 27th.
gonna start on 28th by chance? Or you gonna wait until you come on the show and then we'll goad you into talking about it on if
Oh,
it's good
no.
or bad?
I was planning on starting when I got back. So probably the 28th.
Okay, great. So you'll have a day to cool. We'll discuss early thoughts then on Death Stranding.
Cool.
That'll work.
Great.
That'll work. Zeke, you gonna play it off stream or you gonna play it on stream? What's your plan?
No, I'll play it on stream. You bet.
Okay.
But I got to know, like, is it a PlayStation only platform right away?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, it's PlayStation exclusive. Okay.
Yeah.
I just looked for it on Steam. I was wondering because
Yeah.
I saw Death Stranding there, but yeah, that released.
Nope.
Well
it is not only is it a PlayStation exclusive, it will be the first time I play a game on my PS5 Pro. So,
Oh, man, you never got around to Final Fantasy, huh?
no, because
you
I
buy
bought
it
Final
for
Fantasy
Final
and then
Fantasy?
and then 2 weeks after that or 3 weeks after that, they announced the PC version.
Yeah.
So I was like, what?
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck? I might as well just wait.
And Sony got you good.
Yeah,
dude.
they got me. Well, now it's
They
a
got you
Death
real
Stranding
good.
2 machine. Although I
For
don't.
this generation, I've never played my consoles less because
Yeah.
most games are on PC now at launch. It's like crazy.
Yeah.
It's very true. It's very true. Did he just hit your chair down? Oh, he unplugged his mic. Okay, he unplugged his mic.
They
Sorry.
keep unplugging my headphones. Yeah.
I thought he
damn
did that. Yeah.
That's a bad
next
thing
week.
about having this particular brand is that they plug in right here. Stupid.
If
My
anything,
dogs always
that's
take that.
yeah. That's a boon for you because otherwise he'd be ripping your headset off every time he does it, or you would do it. You'd be
That's
ripping
fair.
your headset
Yeah.
off. It works out.
Yeah.
It works out. All right.
Yep.
I have.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. 2
Okay.
days it releases.
Yeah, I think early access is on Tuesday. Yeah.
Oh, early access on Tuesday? I'm not gonna get early access. I'm just wondering, like, when it's full release.
Thursday.
Thursday. Okay.
You can. This is
Is
one
that-
of the pay for early access games, though. It's not like streamer
Gotcha,
early
okay.
access. It's pay for early access. Yeah, Thursday's
Okay.
the normal version, the normie version.
So I got a couple days in.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
All right, I got a game to pitch you guys on. Okay, stay with me on this. Imagine a game like Rocket League. Okay,
Oh, okay.
I'm out.
hold on. Now,
That was quick.
take off.
Done. Nope.
Take the cars out of Rocket League and replace them with humans.
Rematch?
Okay, and then put a
I'm
tiny
sorry.
black and white ball in the center, and then you have the 5 humans on each side of a thing. I don't know what we're going to call it yet. We haven't figured out a name for it. But you fight over the ball, and you try to put the ball into the goal on each side. Do you guys think it's good?
Do you have rocket boosters
No.
on
Well,
your feet?
you can run faster, but you do not have rocket boosters on your feet.
Okay.
Yeah. What do you guys think?
Square?
Well, I know how
Maybe.
well Rocket League did. So, like, you're pitching me Rocket League with humans. This just sounds like such a foreign idea to me. Like,
It's really
Honestly,
awkward.
I'm gonna be real here. I don't think that's gonna catch on. That sounds kind of dumb.
No, I didn't think so
Yeah, it
either.
does.
I didn't think so either, guys. But I'm happy to say.
what are you picturing? Are you picturing like giant stadiums filled with people like singing chants
God,
about the
no,
players
for
and
that,
stuff?
I,
Because
no, that's stupid.
Yeah,
I wouldn't
no.
go that far.
No one's gonna watch
That's
that.
fucking dumb. I wouldn't go that far. Yeah, that's crazy. That wouldn't work. It might. Well,
That was-
maybe outside of America, but Americans.
yeah, they
That
were
was quite the goof.
Yeah, they wouldn't.
Sounds like soccer to me.
they wouldn't be into it. What?
Wait, there
Sounds
is
like
a game
soccer.
called
What's soccer?
really
What is soccer?
You guys are the worst.
Game where,
soccer. It's like
they would-
American football,
Oh, okay. All right.
except the ball isn't.
Why
an
do they
egg
call
shape,
it?
it's
Why do
round.
they call it soccer?
I don't know.
You're standing around for 45 minutes trying to kick a ball on a goal.
Hmm. Interesting.
We talk about soccer, my college dating life. Woo!
Anyways, joke's over.
Yeah.
Hey, you guys should play Rematch. It's actually fucking super fun. I was not expecting to enjoy this game that is a football/soccer game as much as I think I get soccer now because of this game, guys. I think I understand the allure of soccer because of this fucking game. And I never expected those words to come out of my mouth. I never expected to be like, maybe I should watch soccer more often. This is
Keep calling it soccer. Chat loves it.
I'm kind of
Love
enjoying
it.
this. Yeah. Oh yeah. No, they're super into that. They're super into that. To me, it sounds so weird when people say foot. It sounds like I sound pretentious when I'm like football, right? Like I sound like a douchebag in my brain.
Like
Honestly-
he added a French
honestly-
accent on there.
Yeah.
The way around it that I found is just say footy.
I've
You say
heard. Yeah.
footy, people know you're.
But
yeah,
even
you're
then,
talking about football.
I still
You're talking about-
sound like a fucking douchebag where it's like, oh yeah, I was playing some footy. What? No, man, you're playing soccer.
You're right. You're right. You do sound like a douche when you say
Yeah,
that. You're right. Sorry. You got to
100%.
say with an English accent. It makes you do even more douchey. Like,
It's
No,
really
it
bad.
sucks because that like calling it football makes absolute sense.
It does.
And calling our game hand egg makes absolute sense as well.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But we got fucked. I'm sorry, guys.
We did.
We don't do metric and we say football when we mean hand egg. So
Yeah.
being American sucks all the way around.
That's true. There's
Womp womp.
there's an eternal. I feel like every time I approach, do I call it soccer or football? There is a like the world slows down around me, and I have to judge my social sphere to see if this is a soccer or football crowd. And most of the time, I default to like, all right, this is a soccer crowd because I'm in America, and these are Americans around. But now online, I gotta be honest, it's tough these days. You know, I've hung out with a lot of Europeans playing this game. And they all say football, and it confuses the shit out of me.
The benefit to saying soccer is like there's plus and minus. Benefit of saying soccer is no one will question what you're talking about.
But they will
You'll
get
get some
angry
shit
at
for
you,
it.
though. Yeah,
Fuck them.
that's true.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah, fuck them. I agree with that. That's the American way.
I was gonna say the American way. There we go. Yep.
Yeah. Ultimately, though, I was not super keen on playing this and stripping, and some other friends were like, dude, you got to play this game. We know you're going to get like super into this game. You're going to have a fantastic time. Within, I would say probably an hour, I was like popping off when our team would score. I was like fucking full on, like fist pumping, like losing my mind. It's so unbelievably fun. And here's another shocker. This is from the people that made Sifu.
Sure.
I mean, it kind of makes sense too, like super actiony, like, you know, involving lots of complex animations. Like, yeah, I mean, it kind of makes sense. It looks like they knew what they were doing. That's for sure.
There's probably a lot of like different techniques and moves you can use and shit like that. It's not just straightforward like kick the ball. It's I'm guessing.
Yes,
guessing
no, you're
and just from
100%
watching.
correct.
Like,
yeah,
you
it's
can do
very,
a lot of dribbling tricks and passing tricks and stuff like that.
It's very technical. So much so that like the first day of playing, I was I was atrocious. I was scoring on my own goal. I was not blocking things properly.
Ooh.
Thank you for that one guy in chat who went, "You're telling me a shrimp fried this game?" No, Sifu. The name is Sifu.
Yes.
Oh
yes.
my God, Cole, that joke wasn't good enough to point it out. I'm sorry.
It's great, actually. It was amazing. What are you talking about, man? That was great.
Yeah.
Barry, edit that out. I don't know if you edit things, but edit that out.
Okay. Well, Barry will take care of it. Yeah. Chad is screaming, show them the clips. Here are some clips from my first and second day of delirium within REMATCH.
You were the goalie? Wait,
Keeper?
Were you not standing in front of the goal?
Yep. So this is day 16 or something like that of the
Yes!
subathon.
Oh, that's so good.
And you'll note right here, the goal is this white line for those that are not aware.
Yeah, that.
Yeah, this right here is the individual that has the ball, and it's coming my way. And for some reason, I'm like, yep, I'm good. I'm locked in. And if we advance the clip forward here, you know, I'm locking in. I'm ready. And then
He even gave you another chance to
right
figure
about-
out what the fuck you're doing. He bounced it off the pole.
right about here, you
Oh,
can see it on my face. I come out of my wherever I was, and realize what happened, and it's just like, what the fuck am I doing? So there's that.
I love it.
And then I think this might be the one of
You were
many.
enjoying watching the game at that point. You're like, this game is great to watch back here.
Yeah, I
No,
think.
dude, it reminded me of like the right fielder in T-ball was out there picking dandelions.
Yeah, well, that's what it feels like a lot of times with goalie. But this is the own goal right here. This is what I'm saying.
Victoria
Fuck it, I
says
just-
this is exactly what we expect from people who call it soccer.
Nailed it.
Yeah,
Fuck, and you didn't just do it. You did it with gusto. You did a little fucking swing kick, like badow.
You want to see with gusto, Zeke? Let me show you the clip, my favorite clip.
Okay.
Of the rematch experience. Hold on. I just have to find it. Sorry, I'm scrolling. Nope. There's actually a ton of.
No, if that wasn't a real game, people would have no like. He's being paid by the other team. There's no question. That fucking dude is. Did you see how hard and how stylishly he kicked it into his own goal? This wasn't just an accidental bump. This was him going, I'm getting paid for this. Ba-bow!
Yeah. Anyways, apologies to friend of ours, Faye. Or wait, no, this is a different clip. This is my first time at goalie. This is my first ever game. So the way goalie works, by the way, is it shuffles people on your team out, so everyone kind of gets a chance at goalie.
Oh, that's cool.
It's cool, but it's also when you lock in and like spawn as goalie, there's a sense of dread that I think like comes over every player because you're just
wait a minute, hold on. You don't pick.
No, it shuffles your entire team into goalie.
Shit.
So you can walk out of goal and like the hands come off, and then someone can walk into goal and they become goalie. But when the round starts, you start as goalie. And if you're new or you don't enjoy that role, it's very much like a fuck. Okay, here we go.
I love how you played that like dodgeball. You were just like,
I didn't want to get hit.
That ball.
I didn't want to get hit. This is my literal first game ever with it. And I'm just like the fucking guy. I like to joke that the guy throws a springboard under my fucking feet and I just like jump off.
No, it's like you were trying to protect your daughter that was in the front row of the audience. Like, no.
Yeah, exactly. Here's my favorite clip of everything rematch. This is from a Fatality VR streamer who just like, if that was too quick for you, don't worry, the replay's coming. There's an issue with keyboard and mouse, or at least there was at the time, where sometimes if you pass too quick, it does a 180 on your mouse and kicks it the opposite direction. So she's playing goalie, catches it, and then just fucking 180s it straight into the goal and own goals it. And just the ferocity I think she kicks it at the goal and scores
so
on
hard.
herself is just comedy.
Now, I have a question though. Like, isn't it like if it crosses the plane, it's considered a goal, even if the goalie has it?
Yes.
If the goalie crosses the plane of the goal, it's a goal in like real football.
But
right?
if you're in the goal, the game registers it as a goal if it's like a dropped ball or if you kick it, because it counts as like an own goal. So if you're in the back of the net and you kick it, the second it leaves your foot, it counts as a goal.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But not a rematch. Okay.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying. I was trying to take some of the blame off because I was like, it's already an own goal because she's behind the plane.
Yeah, it doesn't use a lot of like it doesn't use that role. There's no offsides. So if a defender wants to literally just sit on the goalie the entire time, even when the ball's on the opposite side of the pitch, you can. Like it doesn't discredit you for that. It's not really a smart thing to do, but yeah.
No, if I saw that clip out of context, not knowing that this was like that was part of the game or whatever, I would have thought that she caught the ball too far back, and it was already a goal, and she was just pissed and fuck it, I missed, or I was already crossed the plane, so it already scored.
Yeah, not the case, I don't think.
Okay, not the case.
Yeah.
But that is funny.
Yes,
that goal.
It has cool levels like this too, where the sides of the pitch are all like holograms, and so you're in a stadium, but then it like displays like space or a desert or a jungle or whatever, and then like when the goal goes in, there's like a black hole that comes up and looks really cool. That's kind of how they're monetizing a lot of this. It's not free to play. It is on Game Pass. It does have a in-game battle pass that you can spend real money on, but yeah, overall, it's great. You should definitely check this game out.
Is there offsides in this?
No offsides. No offsides.
No offsides. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm glad. That's good.
Yeah. No offsides
that
and
would
no
be a nightmare.
crossplay.
But also, like, you can bounce it off the walls and shit, which I think is very cool.
Oh yeah. You
You
can
use the walls to your advantage.
bounce it off the wall. The level of like animation that is possible when it comes to like the movement of the ball is insane. Like you can kick it over a defender's head. You can then like juggle it on your head and then head it into the goal. You can bounce it off the wall behind the goal and then like go in and bicycle kick it. Like there's a crazy amount of depth.
I saw a clip of somebody doing like a header off the wall, like, and just following it all the way and then, heading it into the goal, which I thought was cool.
Some of that stuff's been patched. So I don't know if you could still do that, but there's a lot.
Oh, okay.
There's a ton of stuff you can do for like player expression in all the best ways possible. So
and no fouls, I've heard too. So no yellow or red cards or nothing.
Nope. In the game, It has slide tackles that can be kind of brutal. Like you could be running at someone at full speed and slide tackle them, and it feels like you got your ankles broke when you're trying to like, get past them, and someone just slides and takes you out. You just fall down to the ground, and you take a couple seconds to come to, type deal. Feels great when you do what I just did, where you like steal the ball from someone or knock the ball out of them. It's awesome. I absolutely adore this game, and if you have any thoughts about playing it, yeah. I've put, what is my Steam played on it? 20 hours. I put 30 hours into it this week.
How do you feel like in the time you've spent on it, how much better you've gotten?
Immeasurable in terms of hour 1 and hour 30. People tune into the stream and they're just like, did JP got good? What the fuck? Like you were
awesome.
You were terrible the other day.
How do you communicate between your players?
So we it's 5v5. It does have in-game VoIP, which I have a funny story about. I queued up solo the other day because my team was not around. I'm playing with like Strippin and Faye and Alb and a bunch of our friends, a bunch of Strippin's group. Julia also, Cassie, and the emote artist, the Italian Stallion, as we call her. She's a great striker. She's fantastic. Holy shit. So I was playing solo, and it was 0-0. Each game is 6 minutes long. If it if the timer runs out and it's tied, the game goes into overtime until someone scores. It does not kick you out. So I've had like 11-minute overtimes before. I saw a 37-minute overtime on TikTok, which is exhausting to play that long. But anyways, we got to overtime. It was 0-0. And like in the beginning of the match, we were like 3 minutes in, and my team wasn't making the like smartest plays. And I was like, man, these guys are kind of bad, but I queued with them, so that means I'm bad too, right? Because it's got like matchmaking in it. And I was kind of like self-deprecating, but also shitting on the team. And I was talking a lot. I was saying all the things you say on stream. When someone made a bad play or when someone made a nice pass, I would comment on it. I'd be like, oh, that was great, or what is this idiot doing? And they get a breakaway. The enemy team does. And I miss my like slide on it. And so it's 1-on-1 between him and the goalie. And I go, man, I hope our goalie's got good hands right now. And the guy takes the shot and misses. And I'm like, fuck. And then I hear, it's not the best idea to say, I hope you have good hands, right as your goalie is about to attempt to block. I realize my mic has been unmuted for the entire 6 minutes. And I've never quit out of the game faster. I was so fucking embarrassed. Dude, I just fucking left. I was so embarrassed.
So you were that asshole when I was guarding the goal. No.
I wanted to just unalive myself so bad. It was
extreme gamer trauma.
Oh my God, it felt awful. So the reason that happens is during a replay, if you hit right trigger, it unmutes your mic. Even if you
Only
have
during a replay.
only during a replay. And if you have, and right trigger is how you shoot, by the way. It's also just a fun button to press when you have a controller in your hand, right? Like,
Yeah.
it's a terrible fucking system to have right and left trigger be how you undeafen and deafen your. I guess the idea that they want it to be easy access, so when there's a replay,
They wanted you to be
can
able to real
unmute.
quick. Oh, that's a great
Yeah.
replay. Mute back. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like, if you have a setting in the options and you go in there and you purposefully disable it, that should disable the in-game voice comms forever. Because that was one of those things where it's like, all right, going to sleep. And then your brain goes, hey, remember that time where you left your mic muted?
You have dreams about that years later.
Yeah, I still hate it. I still hate it. Yeah, I've had a lot of embarrassing moments like that in the game where I've just had an open mic and I'm saying the dumbest shit. But apart from that, no issues with the game. The game, because of its success, they have had some server issues, some server stability issues. I think it's prior to early access coming out, it was like 20 or 40,000, or sorry, in early access, because it was like 4 or 5 day early access. They had about 20 to 40,000 people on Steam. And then on Thursday, it went available for everyone for I think $40, but also Game Pass. Now there's no crossplay between Game Pass and Steam, but
nice.
There's still a massive amount of people playing. I think it's peaked at like 110,000 on Steam since then.
Whoa, and it's Game Pass too?
Yeah, so it's doing crazy
Damn.
numbers.
Good for them, man.
It's doing
Wow.
crazy
Jeez.
numbers,
Jeez.
which is awesome.
Hell yeah, those devs are fantastic.
Fantastic. If anything, this could maybe fund the next Sifu, right?
Sifu 2, hell yeah, man.
Yeah, you could probably see it. It's got 90K right now, according to chat. It's so much fun.
Beautiful.
That's amazing.
They have 3v3, 4v4, and 5v5 game modes. Ranked is only 5v5. I feel like I think all of the different modes are populated, so you can just pop in and play a handful of games and get out. But I never expected in my wildest dreams that in 2025 I'd be like, yeah, you guys should play this soccer game. It's really good. I think I like soccer now. Maybe I'm going to go to like an MLS game. I think does Austin have a team? I'm generally interested in it.
Yeah, I wouldn't. It's not the same thing.
It's not the same thing, you think?
Yeah.
No,
Okay.
no.
All right.
Like,
No.
seriously, try watching a football match and report back and see, like,
I mean, I
Yeah.
understand.
it's football. Like, this is how I relate it, like, to like people that I know. It's like football is a lot like if you ever played like live poker, it's like 90% of almost nothing happening, and then 10% of just pants shitting like excitement.
See,
But
but
it's a lot of nothing.
I understand that, but I feel like the same could be said for baseball. But going to baseball games is fun as shit.
Well, going to the game is fun. Yeah, I mean, no, going to a soccer match would be fun too. Being there would be great.
Yeah.
But like watching it on TV, I can't watch baseball or football or soccer.
Yeah.
Can't watch it.
Yeah. I get it. I can't say one way or the other because I haven't, apart from like World Cup games, I haven't really watched any soccer, any televised soccer. I don't think ever. So,
if you have
obviously
any,
it is a strange take for anybody who hasn't grown up with it.
real quick,
I'm speaking as an American
Twitter,
to another American.
The Twitter to add is right below his name, right there, at the bottom right. If you had any strong opinions on what you're hearing right now,
No, you're a product of your environment. Like we didn't grow up with this, so this shit seems boring to us, and that's what I'm saying. Like, it's not.
Yeah.
To you.
That's what I'm saying is that this game gave me the appreciation, and it's such a. I think this translates to real soccer. Then we can move on. The last thing I want to say, but the idea of a goalie serves it to a teammate. The teammate's running upfield. There's no one on him. I'm guarding someone that's like kind of egoing, right? Like it's next to the goalie. I have to make the decision of, do I go up and try to stop that guy from advancing on the field, knowing he's just going to pass to the guy behind me? Or do I stay on the guy behind me, knowing he's just going to walk up straight to the field? And so the skill is that the correct play would be for your teammate to go on the guy that's advancing because he's not guarding anyone, and you stay with your player. But like that dynamic, I immediately was like, oh my God, I get it. Like I had the epiphany of like,
you just
holy
you just
shit.
described, JP.
What's that?
You just described and put it in football, like in American football terms. You described man coverage versus zone coverage.
Yes, 100%. Yeah, no, there's terms for all this, and I was just like, oh my fucking God. Like, the decision making, the minutia of sport being present to me via video game form.
I'm waiting for JP to be like, are all sports like this? Yeah. They all have like sets of rules
I know
teams?
that they do because I've played baseball, I've played
And
football,
lingo?
but I've never
What?
understood the minutia of soccer, the minutia of football.
Yeah.
So
That's cool, man.
it's cool that the
Knowing
game
the
is able
rules
to convey
always
that
makes
to me.
it more fun. That you
Yeah.
can like, you understand more what you're seeing.
Yeah.
So,
and now I'm going to become
and-
Ted Lasso. I'm going to go to.
Just keep in mind though, this is not soccer. This is arcade soccer.
Well, a lot of people say
So,
this
like-
is street soccer is how they described it to me.
Street soccer.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, is that like Street Jams in the N64?
Yep.
Sure.
Exactly
yeah,
like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah,
Awesome. Great.
yeah,
I know exactly
Does the
what
ball
you mean, then.
ever
We're good.
get on fire and you can like shoot a fiery shot into the goal like NBA Jam?
Yeah.
Boom shaka laka. Yeah. Okay,
That's
great.
right.
great.
That's right.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
I think that's what they
No,
say
I'd
in
love
Europe
to play
every time
this.
a
This would
soccer
be,
goal is scored, right?
They say boom shakalaka, yeah.
Boom shakalaka with the
This one-
vuvelzas. I
Yep.
think that's what you call them. Yep.
Vuvuzela, yeah. This would definitely be a game that would probably get me uninvited to
Oh, it could be pretty upsetting. It could be pretty upsetting, yeah. No, at the start,
I
it's
remember we
very
were talking
fun.
about Mario Kart last week, and
Oh, so I had I don't need it's Mario Kart. There's nothing else you need to know, except I agreed to a 32 round session of Mario Kart last night, Zeke.
Oh.
Holy shit, that's a lot of
Oh,
Mario
God.
Kart.
which is how long?
Oh.
It took about,
The answer is 2, Zeke. Too long. That's
I think-
how the answer is.
I think it was about 4 to 5 hours of Mario Kart nonstop, just like,
With the same people.
Damn.
yeah, it was me, Strippin, Gmart, and Krendor, and 20 other people from chat.
Wow.
How'd you do?
Overall, I got 6th, or no, maybe it was like 8th or 9th overall.
Who was the winner? Anyone we know?
No, it was a random chatter. It was a random chatter tryhard that was like far and away like 100 points ahead of everyone else.
Oh.
They're like
So
someone
that
who-
was his moment to shine, basically.
yeah.
Training my whole life for this kind of thing on a mountain in Tibet.
Yes, yeah, very, very clearly knew all the skips and everything like that. Knew all the tech.
Just to be called some chatter on DM. Oh.
Okay, his name is Zoop or Zup.
There we go.
Z-U-P.
Good job, buddy.
Yeah, Z.
Good job, Zoop.
Man, I was surprised at how exhausting Mario Kart is. Like we finished those 32 maps. It was like 10:30, and I was just like, I don't want to exist.
Did your hands hurt from that long? Of,
Dude,
like, grinding and stuff?
everything. My brain was mush. Strippin was like, I'm gonna go play some Magic, and then like 30 seconds passed, and I realized he hadn't left the Discord call, and I was like, Are you good? And he goes, Yeah, man. I just said I was gonna do something, and then I sat here for 30 seconds, and I just stared. He's like,
Now, I want to, JP,
Soul
I,
was gone.
I want to see the clip of like the end of all 32 maps or whatever. And I want to see the clip of you banning Zoop forever from
Oh no, he didn't get
your
banned.
channel and from.
There was definitely a couple
I
moments.
know, I was joking.
Yeah, no, there's to answer your question, there were a couple moments in chat where I had longtime subs, and I was like, "You can't ban them for that. You can't. if you remove him from your stream, there's no actual. They didn't do anything wrong. They're
Mario Kart is fun.
They're
It's
just
fun.
playing the game that you are.
Just like, oh, blue shell me, motherfucker. You'll see a blue shell in chat. Now, fuck you.
Yeah, dude. I had some like very choice language that I don't actually feel comfortable repeating on this show. So
Wow.
yeah,
Ooh.
yeah.
The Mario Kart gets me into the zone where I'm making up swears that I don't know. Like I'm just combining different swear words together to make a weird.
Well, it's
new
one of those
swear.
things where I just start going, and then people are like, I didn't know that was in his vocabulary. How does he know these things? Like he's saying and describing events that he should not know about.
You're cursing in other languages. You get so mad.
Yeah. Lesson learned, and I'm happy to share with you guys. Don't play 32 maps of Mario Kart in a row, ever.
A lot of Mario Kart.
Good. I wasn't gonna play one. So
Yeah. No,
Yep, we're good.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Okay. Now that that's over, can we please, Dan Sebastian Gaming, can we please talk about Date Everything?
Yes, that's what I was going to bring up. Date everything.
Yes.
Can we just start by saying this game's like an 80-hour plus game, apparently?
Oh yeah.
It has some fucking It
Like
has
what?
some
70,000
God.
lines. 70,000 fully
Yeah.
voice acted lines.
100 different voice
Wow.
actors. Well, give or take.
Yeah.
But it's like, you have to find 100, like on your data decks, there's like 100 different things. And I say things because they're things. Sometimes they're even not even things, they're ideas. Like you can date existential dread. No shit.
Yeah.
That was my college years.
Yes. And by the way, existential dread is one of the funniest fucking things you can date in the game.
Who voice acts existential dread?
Oh, good question.
Oh, goddamn. I knew you were going to ask. There's so many voice actors.
I can look it up.
I'd have to pull it up.
Yeah, I'll look it up.
Yeah,
You guys
there's many different sites you can go to see who's playing who.
Zig basically said, "Go Google it, motherfucker." I don't know. There's lots
Oh,
of sites you can go to.
that's ProZD.
Really? Well, dang. There you go.
Are you talking about Doug? Z?
No, he said
Yep.
existential dread.
Yeah.
Right?
That's his name, though.
That's his.
Oh, his
He
name
goes
is
by
Doug.
Doug.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's,
he goes by Doug.
That's ProZD. That's fucking awesome.
Oh, cool.
I
ProZD
didn't
is a
know that.
YouTuber who does a lot of voice acting.
Okay.
He's in a lot of games.
That's why I don't know.
He was,
Okay.
Yeah.
he was one of the heroes in Borderlands 3, the robot guy.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's crazy that he's in it. Yeah.
No, that's that. You say that about one person. It's crazy that there are so many names that you know. Like, I would even venture to say, like, name somebody, they're probably in this. Like, name a voice actor you know, they're probably in this.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy
It's
how
a
many people like are well known that are in this game.
it's a deep list for sure.
Yes.
I am curious. So I've only played. This is on my wheel, and it's to play like a day or two. So I've only played 3-ish in-game hours. How many hours have both Zeke and Dan logged? Like, where are you guys at?
I'm at about 14 hours.
Okay.
Yep, 14.7
Okay.
is where I'm at.
What is the game at that point? Is it still the same game that I'm playing where you're just going and talking to people and making choices, or is there like a narrative push?
Yes, there is. The
Okay.
narrative push, I just discovered, I don't know if you discovered it, Dan, but like the push is the whole premise of the game is that you have these special glasses.
Mm-hmm.
They're called date viators, i.e. aviator glasses. They're date viators. They're the glasses are what allow you to personify the items in your house, right? The discovery is the overarching goal is you find all the things you can date, and then you can bring the glasses to life.
Mm-hmm.
And the glasses happen to be this experiment that the job you got fired from, the whole like beginning of the game is, or like, you know, the first like 15, 20 minutes of the game. I don't even know how long it was, but you get fired from this job, and then you get sent these glasses, and you realize that the glasses were from the job you got fired from. The CEO made these experimental glasses, or had these experimental glasses made by this guy named Tinfoil Hat, who was also like part of this company. Who these people are contacting you like periodically throughout the game to give you like plot points and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And you come to find out that like your object is to bring the deviators to life.
Okay.
And how you do that is by finding all 100 of the dateable items.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Dan, you said
I don't know what happens from then, but
how many have you found, Dan? Because you guys are both playing.
I was going thoroughly through several of the characters because each of the characters. So the way the gameplay loop works is you can only interact with 5 objects a day, and you can only talk to each object once a day. So they kind of like force you to spread it out a little bit. So I was talking to characters I really liked. Each like over and over again. Like my bed was a very sexy woman, and she was very fun to talk to. And then there's like for example a safe who is of course a dominatrix, and we did some naughty Santa elf role play as you do.
What was your safe's word?
Linguini. Linguini was my safe word.
Oh,
okay. Just quick side thing to that, Dan. I made a point because I was like, I heard about Dan's escapades with a safe. I'm gonna try and get it to hate me. I succeeded. I actually ended up making the safe because there's three emotions you can get out of every interaction or out of every item. There's love, friendship, and hate. So they all have certain benefits that you get.
Oh, there's a benefit
I was like,
from
Dan
hate?
loved. Yeah.
Oh.
Dan loved the safe, so I'm gonna try and make her hate me. So I did all of the role playing shit, and I just failed miserably at being her sub. I was just really bad at it, and at the end she'd be like, "Okay, maybe this situation, this role play is not good for us. So maybe come back tomorrow and try a different one." And we went through every single one, and she had the same reaction every time. She was just like, "This is not working out. You're not good at this, and you're not playing along. You suck." And it was just like, at the end, it was like, da-da-da, hate. And I was like, yeah, we did it.
Yeah. No, I found Matthew Mercer, and that relationship was over in about 2 minutes, I think, before he hated me. So
you saved yourself.
Oh, I know.
You saved yourself because he loved me, but it took a very long-winded adventure for him to love me. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Some of the characters are
venture.
very verbose in their like
dudes.
Each character has like a quest line where the ending is either you become friends with them, you love them, or you hate them. And when you finish it, you get some like stat points, which you can then use on other conversations with other people. And there's like hidden characters in the house. There's hidden mysteries in the house. There's lots of things. Like the characters are interconnected. Where like the dryer and the washer have used to date, but now they're not talking to each other. So you can like, if you want to, try to get them back together because what a better duo than the washer and dryer.
Yep.
They're and they're both acrobatics because tumblers, of course. There's so many puns in the game. So many puns.
Oh yeah.
The names.
Oh, it is thick. Yeah. Thick.
The writing is so good. It is like very legit funny. There are so many
there's
good
funny
jokes
shit.
and references. Yeah, it's hilarious. Some of the characters are a little annoying, and you can just make them hate you right away and not have to worry about them anymore. Which
the other person that I made hate
Dan
was the AC.
A little annoying.
I hated that.
Well, some of them are. I don't want like the triangle. Don't want to talk to her ever again. I did not like her.
Oh, I haven't talked to the triangle. For me, the AC. Did you guys talk to the AC?
I did.
That guy creeped me the fuck out. Like legitimately, I was like, "This is
no
disturbing writing."
He gives stalker vibes for sure.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I was like, "Bro,
shit."
I was like, "Bro, you're a fucking stalker." And he's like, "How fucking dare you? I've controlled and kept you cold and warm on all these nights." And I'm like, "Yeah, but you just talked about how you sat there and stared at me and like tried to make me happy all these times from afar." Like,
oh, you mean you talk to the actual thing, the thermostat?
Yeah.
Wait, wait, did you talk to now? This is the thing. This is one of the things in the game. It's like you're not sure. Some things are connected. Like every box. Like if it's just a regular cardboard box, it's the same person throughout the game.
Yes. Yeah.
Mhm.
But like, did you talk to the vent
The vent.
or did you talk to the AC module, like the
vent.
thermostat?
The vent. The
Okay,
AC
the vent,
module
the guy who's
is
looking
the
through
vent.
the-
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I talked to him.
Yeah. Creepy as hell. Also, someone in my
What the
chat
hell
says,
else was he gonna be?
someone in my chat goes, coming in this halfway conversation gives me mental health patients at a group meeting vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a really weird game to talk about. The game also comments on that the entire time.
Mhm.
When you're talking to people outside your house and you're like, yeah, I'm talking to my dryer, or like I'm sleeping with my bed. And then you start to have the question of like, how am I sleeping with my bed in my bed?
Yeah. That becomes the question.
Yeah.
It really
Some-
does.
Yeah.
Because she's sentient
Uh-huh.
even when you're not looking at her with the glasses. So because she talks about like
Mhm.
you sleeping in her, on her, whatever.
Yeah.
She talks about it. But the thing is, she was okay. Full disclosure, Betty is her name. Betty the bed.
Yeah.
By far, my favorite. Absolute, no questions asked. Like she is my favorite because she was my bed and she was super nice about everything that I've ever done in my bed. And she like didn't judge me. She was just like, "Oh, I saw you were having a dream last night. What kind of a dream was it?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm a bit embarrassed." She's like, "Don't be embarrassed. I've been here for all your dreams." And I'm like, "Oh, you're right, you have." And she didn't say, but it didn't come off as creepy. It came off as comforting. She was
Endearing.
like, "I make you feel comfortable when you're having a nightmare or something." And I'm like, "Yes, you do. You're right."
Yep.
I immediately fell in love with her.
Yeah, no, she's great. She's fantastic.
Yeah.
Just so the chat understands what you're getting into if you haven't played this. Very early on in the relationship or the dialogue tree with Betty, you meet. They don't really disclose what happens, but a character walks on, and my first response was, "Why does that person have all these tentacles in her hair?" And then I start to look a little closer, and I'm like, "Oh,
They're not tentacles."
No. Well, they are sort of.
So you were given a gag gift for your birthday once upon a time,
Yeah.
and that went into a drawer, and you can
You are
date it.
describing my second love, the second person after the bed that I pursued the relationship with all the way to its completion was
Mhm.
Benoit. You're talking about Benoit.
Yeah.
Yes, Benoit.
And
That's exactly who I'm talking about.
Benoit.
she was awesome. And not only that, but she was voiced by Eric Ishii, who did a fantastic job.
Yep. Yeah, Benoit's, yeah, very interesting. Very interesting. Yeah,
One of
my-
100
one of
my-
different things.
That's the thing.
Crazy.
Oh, go ahead, Dan, please.
One of my favorite names of the whole game is if you talk to your curtains, it's actually two people. It's Kurt and Rod. So that's their name.
Curtain
Kurt and
Rod. Oh no.
I was just like, yes,
and Rod.
give me it. The
Wait, no,
pun.
hold on a
And it's
second.
great.
Yes.
Hold on. I talked to my curtains and it was a lady. It wasn't two
Oh, there's
people. Are you
the-
making a joke or was there?
That's either
There's
he's trying to
different
Kurt and
curtains.
Rod.
Some of the curtains are different. So
Oh,
like,
okay. Because I was one in the dining
boxes,
room.
There is one set of boxes that's different from the other boxes, but it's hard to tell in the game who is what. But yeah,
Okay. Okay. I miss Kurt and Rod though. That was one of my favorite jokes as a kid.
Okay.
Kurt and Rod it's great.
Yeah.
Oh, Bobby
Yep.
the Bobby. Okay. All right.
Bobby
impressed.
Pin.
Lots of puns.
Yep.
Yep. Oh, I have
No,
not
and
heard
the
that.
thing is like the thing in the game that I really like is depending on who you talk to, like not all of the relationships take multiple times. Like for Betty the Bed, it took like, I don't know, like 7 or 8 days of talking to her to get her
Mhm.
to like the final thing of her relationship. Same with the Benoit the Sex Toys. It was like 5 or 6. But like some of them, like Wallace, I'm gonna let you guess, JP. What is Wallace?
I don't know. I mean, it sounds like
You're overcomplicating it.
Oh, is it a wall?
Yep, he's the wall. Wallace is
okay.
the wall.
All right. Yeah. For some reason, I went straight to a
And-
dog.
Wallace and
Yeah.
Gromit.
Yeah, that's
There you go. Yep.
yeah.
Yep. No, Wallace is the wall, and he only says wall. That's all he says. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful relationship.
He's Hodor.
Because I was asking Chad eventually after playing it for several hours. I was like, okay, I just want, like, is there quick relationships in this? Like, talk to the wall. And I was like, okay. You have to, there's a specific wall you can talk to. It's not just every wall in the house. There's a specific wall. That is Wallace. But you find that wall, you talk to Wallace, and he goes, wall. And you go, wall. And he goes, wall. And then you go, wall. And he goes, wall. In love.
Yep. He's simple man.
Beautiful.
Awesome. It was
Beautiful.
great. Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah. And so there are those in the game that are simple, but there are some of the ones that are complex. And I gave up on like a few of them because the complexity mixed with the okay, Dan, the cat clock.
Oh yes, the cat femboy.
Oh
yes.
my god. So annoying. Like the worst thing in the game. Like the most annoying character. Like to the credit of the voice actor, of course they're supposed to be annoying. And they were. They talk to you like a cat would talk to you. It's one of those cat clocks that does the tail and the eyes that go back and forth.
Yeah.
It's that.
Okay.
And it was awful. Awful.
Oh
yeah.
man.
But yeah, so like the cat clock, of course, was all about schedules. So you had to meet him at a certain time.
Oh.
And he had different personalities, like a fucking cat would. So in the morning, the cat's like, oh, yeah. And at night, the cat's all like, I'm a predator. Like, oh my God. But he would always say, meow, like, oh, I'm a kitty, meow. You know, like those. Oh, God, it was awful. Awful. I tried so hard to get them to hate me, but I had to keep coming back. And I was just like, I got fed up with it. I couldn't do it anymore. It's like, I don't know what to do to get you to hate me, but I'm tired of trying.
Oh, man. Yeah.
And there's a lot of interconnectivity with the characters, like the globe. Her name's Gaia, of course.
Of course.
And she wants you to find out where other characters in the house are from. So you have to like get them to a point where they'll tell you where they're from, and then you get that quest and you can go back to her and tell her about it. And there's some characters where they want you to get other characters to bring them to help. It's like there's a lot of interconnectivity between the characters in the house, and like some characters are dating, some are exes, some are they don't like each other, and it's like if you like to just like click on stuff and hear funny stories and funny things, it's great for that. It's very low, like you as a gamer don't have to do much other than walk around, click on stuff, and listen. It's like a very easy to play game. It's more of a visual novel, but it's just they're like also making fun of the genre while also being the genre, which I like. There's a lot of like play on, like if you have the DLC, the lady in the DLC, who's voiced by the same lady who voices Ash Ketchum in the anime, in the movies.
Great.
She plays Lucidia, and she just pops up randomly, and she goes all about how she's just DLC. She wasn't even in the house. She was added last minute. All the other voice actors were done. She just like breaks the fourth wall constantly about this. And as well, she lets you squeeze her badonkadonks, and like she just will do whatever you want. She'll say sexy lines if you want. She's there to just, be there as a DLC to help you.
Great.
Oh, did you pay for like the deluxe edition? Is that how you got her?
The deluxe edition, yes. And you get
okay, so I didn't get that.
Mikey, the microtransaction as well, who goes on the desk.
Yeah, Mikey transaction. I saw that. Yes. That's why I didn't get it.
Mikey transaction.
Yes,
oh, that's so good.
They're great characters that you get. They were added later, and they make fun of that in the writing of the characters. It's great.
Yeah. Yeah, the game doesn't take itself serious at all, but also it does have serious moments. Like there's some there's enough of a thing that it puts a trigger warning early on in the game. It's like, hey,
there's trigger warnings because they do
how
deal
much
with
do
some
you want to like
topics.
play? You're going to deal with some serious shit. Yeah. Do you want to deal with that? Yes or no? And the game's very upfront about that. So I've not seen too many of those yet, but I know that they're there because the game's very upfront with telling you that they're
I think it's mostly due to sex stuff.
Okay.
I mean, you can date sex toys, so like they're pretty frank and upfront, and they get a little weird. I mean, not as weird as the internet can get, but like they toe the line.
Yeah. So yeah, it's what are they charging for this game? $20-$30? That's what I think it's on sale.
Let's see. $29.99 and then
Okay.
$34.99 if you want the deluxe edition.
Yeah, I typically don't play like I guess a dating sim or a visual novel, whatever you want, whatever this falls into. But this,
Both.
I'm enjoying this. Like it's pretty fun. It's
Mhm.
pretty,
Yes.
it's pretty absurd. It's overwhelmingly positive right now on Steam as well with 1,200 votes.
Yeah.
So
No,
Exactly.
it's
People that
but
people that don't normally enjoy visual novels will enjoy this because it's just meant to be funny. It's just meant to
Took the
be
words out of my
silly and yeah.
yeah, it's silly.
Yep. No, and the fact that it's fully voice acted by very, very good voice actors really, really helps because it's a lot of dialogue. It is a lot. But the fact that there's so many of them makes it so varied. Like in most dating games, like most dating sims or visual novels, there's like maybe max of like 12 things you date. Like I'm harkening back to like Dream Daddy. Like how many daddies were there? There weren't that many. And that was a fun game.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
like
I forgot
there
about
were
Dream
not near 100 of them
Daddy. Yeah.
like there is in this game.
It makes me wonder like what the budget for this game was, because clearly the voice actors were the
Yeah.
biggest part of that budget, right?
Yeah, they had
So-
Team 17
Well,
as the publisher, and they're not like
Yep.
the biggest publisher in the world, but they have a probably helped them
They
a
got
bit.
a lot of great titles under their belt. Mhm.
Yeah.
Well, and they probably saved a lot on animation and stuff. Like it's first person, like when you walk around your house, but other than that, there's no animation in the game. They're all still frames. They all change poses, like when you're talking to them,
Right.
but you don't ever see anything move besides you.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's good. Are you going to try to finish it? Or both of you going to try to finish it? Where does the, I guess, goalpost lie for you with that?
For me, this is a great game to come back to. Like
Okay.
I can play like, whatever I'm main game or whatever. And then if I have a day, like we can just go date some more stuff. Cause I went and looked for you. Like I have 68 out of 100 in 14 point whatever hours. So like, I'm guessing judging by that, another session, if I get lucky, I can get all the dateable items. So, I have that. And I also have like time to spend with them. Like if I like getting their relationship to the love status requires sometimes some work, some clues, some puzzle shit to figure out. Like for instance, Bobby Pin, to get her to love you, you have to like find her because she moves all over the house. She'll give you little clues, but like after you date her, like she's like, all right, next time you can find me where work gets done and blah blah blah. And you're like, oh, okay, in the office. So you find her in the office, so on and so forth. So
Yeah.
like there's some things, and also like doing that unlocks other stuff. Like Bobby Pin at the end, she's a Bobby Pin, so she used her lockpick. So you find other stuff due to that.
Yep.
So
Yep.
there's some pretty involved stuff in there. So it has some hours to it for sure. When you said 80 hours, I was not surprised.
Yeah. The how long to beat was like 80 to 100 hours. So
It has some like it's a great game to fill because it doesn't require a lot of like remembering stuff. You can just because the playing it is just clicking on stuff and going through dialogue. So it's great to just jump in and just experience the dialogues. Oh, by the way, if any of you guys like Ben Starr, he plays Dorian, which is all the doors in the house. And his personality and look changes but depending on what door you click on. Like for example, when he's just a normal door, he's just like very standoffish, very just normal bro, just blocking the way as like a bouncer would. But when he's the trap door in the closet, he's
Oh
in
my
thirst trap
God,
mode,
no.
and he's very sexy and trying to thirst trap you. And then when you do the cabinet door, he gets small and has a big head, and then he talks about how he looks like that. He's just like a little cabinet door.
Oh, that's awesome.
My favorite was Back Dorian.
Yeah,
He
back
talks to
door.
you like this the whole time because he's the
Yes.
back door.
Yep. Stands with his back to the
I
whole
would have
thing.
thought a different approach with that one, but that's a good one too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good.
No, I was wondering too because it said back Dorian. I was like, oh, what are we doing? Oh, okay, we're just doing a joke. Okay, got it. Okay.
Yep. Cool. That is date everything. Got about 5 minutes left. We're gonna try to sneak in some alters conversation. Dan, you finished the game. I'm gonna show some very early footage here because kind of spoiler heavy.
But Keep it entirely spoiler free as much as I can.
Yeah.
Just maybe just some early gameplay. I'll talk about that.
Great. Yeah. What? How is it? I think we've all played the demo, so I'm sure the
I
beginning of the
beat the
game
whole
is the demo.
game, and
Okay.
it keeps up the quality of the demo that you might have all played throughout the whole game. So it's like the story and writing and gameplay mechanics are all great, and they keep adding to it to the whole game. So it was really enjoyable. So if you enjoyed the demo, you enjoyed the preview of any of us playing it, like you'll enjoy the rest of it because it keeps that quality up the whole time. The premise of the game is you crash land on a planet and everyone dies except you, and you have to run this giant space, but you can't do it by yourself because it's too big. So what you do is, luckily, there's a machine in the space station that can make clones, but not just normal clones. You go back and alter your timeline of your life to give yourself a new life with different skills. Like, let's say you make one change to your life and you go to college, and instead of not going to college, then you end up becoming a doctor, so you have doctor skills. And then you take that brain of a different life, a different quantum realm, and you take that brain and put it in your clone, so it's a clone of your body but with a brain from a different reality that may or may not exist. They don't really establish that. But so they plop this quantum brain and put it into this clone, so it has a different life, but it's in your body. And so that's the premise. So you have to gather up these clones to help you survive, because the sun is coming up and it's going to burn away everything if it gets to you. So you are on like a little bit of a timer, and you have to get off this island, this planet, before you die, and you need to get rescued. And it has a little bit of colony builder. You build inside the space base, kind of like Fallout Shelter style. You
Mhm.
build rooms. You have to balance resources. You go outside, you explore, you set up like mining stuff. You set up, you assign your clones to work in places so they can help you survive. And like, this is the map right there. We can see, like, you can explore all that, and then there's more that you can't see. That you like, their maps are pretty large, and you have to like find the right combination of alters and jobs and priorities, because you're on a little bit of a timer. You're on, like, there's a story going on. It's a really in-depth story. Yes, the timer there is a timer, but I rarely felt like I didn't have enough time to do everything that I
Kind of
needed.
Persona.
So it wasn't like wasn't an aggressive timer. It was like a timer that's there. You don't have infinite time, but you do have to monitor the days you have left, because you do have a limited number of days to get before the sun gets too high up and you have to run.
Okay.
It was full of lots of great surprises. Alex Jordan is the voice of all the alters, and he does a phenomenal job at creating all these different voices and personalities for each one, and it's just amazing. Like, he is such a talented voice actor. He blew me away how different each person was and how they sounded, and it was just incredible that he brought all these characters life with the same set of vocal cords in real life. It was amazing. But if you like colony builders, if you like survival games, those mechanics are challenging enough to keep it interesting the whole time, but not too challenging or demanding that you can't focus on the story, because it's very story heavy game with lots of talking, lots of dialogue, lots of choices, lots of endings, there are lots of secrets to uncover. There are things that I did in my playthrough that I could do differently. And there's even secrets within those choices that I didn't know about, that I can go back and change those choices, because the game remembers lessons you've learned. And when you reload a save, you don't have to reload the whole game, because it remembers certain things. So if you need to reload, some of your progress from your reload will carry over to a previous point in the game where you can make different choices, and it will remind you what choices you made in certain conversations. So that way,
it's like,
if you want to do
like
it
build
differently,
your own saves coming.
Yes, it's like it was made for Like, you could tell they knew he was going to play this, and they put in there to remind him, you picked this option last time. We're going to highlight that. You can choose it again or choose a different option if you want.
That's cool.
That kind of stuff.
That's exactly what we were asking for in Tainted Grail new game. That's hilarious, dude. That's awesome. That's absolutely awesome.
It's the best save system I've seen in this type of game in a long time. It's so cool.
Nice.
It's the story is great. The acting is great. The gameplay is fun and challenging and enough to keep you excited. And there's difficulty settings you want to be super easy or very hard. So whatever you're into, you can do that. But overall, I had a great time with it, and I thought it was a fantastic and very original style game. I can't recommend it enough. I loved every second.
Cool.
Hell yeah, man.
Yeah.
Glowing recommendation. Lovely.
Yeah.
And we'll just leave it at that.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of positive, nothing but positive, I should say, around this game. So,
no, it stressed me out. That's the only thing. Like Dan, I don't know. Like, I'm just a different person, obviously. It just like
I have heard that.
there was too much to do and not enough time to do it, and I kept getting slammed by these fucking environmental things that were happening over and over again. And I was just like, I am in the middle of trying to get this fucking material off of this planet, and I'm getting slammed by these goddamn storms or whatever the fuck. Yeah. It's like, I don't have enough time to do anything. The sun's coming, and I'm just like, God damn it. And it just
never turns into
out.
a comfy builder. It never turns into a comfy builder. It keeps you on your toes all the time. So
yeah, I saw a lot of people saying it was super anxiety inducing. Like
it made me very anxious. Yes, it absolutely did, because I I'm more tuned to games that you can, like, you have tasks, but you can complete them. This one is like, you have 30 things you could do, and you get to pick 2. And you're like, no, I want to pick more things. Yeah. I want to complete these things. And then it's like, guess what? In the middle of these 2 things you're going to complete, you have all this other emergency shit you got to do. So you got to put that shit right on hold and go take care of that shit. And I'm just like, no, why, God? And it just stressed me the fuck out.
The devs definitely wanted you to feel like you're in a stressful situation where you can die and you may not make it. They kind of kept that feeling through the whole game.
That sounds terrible.
I know it sounds terrible, but it's worth the journey. It's a great journey.
No, I had awesome. loved the story, the environment, the layout, the dialogue, like everything was great, but the mechanics of the game did not jibe with my brain very well. Like, it's from the developers of Frostpunk, and by all accounts, Frostpunk is pretty stressful in and of itself.
Yeah.
So like, it tracks that this game was going to have that element to it, but I just wasn't prepared for how much, I wasn't prepared for how much it affected me emotionally. I was just like, I started like getting, like, I left the stream. I was like, all right, we'll play more altars tomorrow. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe we'll play tomorrow. Maybe the sun will just come and just destroy everything. And maybe my house will light on fire or something. I don't know. Well, maybe I'll see you tomorrow. You know, that's kind of how I felt after like ending the first stream. And then the second stream, I got to a point where I was like, I'm not finding joy in this anymore. So if I do play this again, I'm going to play it on absolute baby mode, like easy baby mode, because I'm super interested in the story, but the gameplay is not conducive to a good time for me.
No, that makes total sense. That sounds about what I would do as well. Yeah. Anxiety inducing stuff.
And I'm and no minor.
Oh, okay. I don't know.
Did you take the minor?
Okay.
Dan?
Without spoilers, yes, I did take the minor. It's one of my first choices.
Okay, I'm not gonna say what happens or whatever.
Yeah, I was gonna say, please don't spoil it. I'm definitely gonna play this.
I won't.
No, I don't want to spoil this for anybody.
Yeah. Okay. Let's not do that at all, because I will probably take the minor first, because I like loot, and that sounds looty.
Do it. Yep, he is very looty.
Okay.
I'm not gonna get the minor now.
I can't look at this anymore. I'm getting stressed out just looking at it again.
Oh man. All right, cool. Let's wrap up the show then. Let's do some shout outs and we will call it an episode. Dan, why don't you start us off? What do you got coming up? Where can people check it out?
Oh, hi everyone. I am Dan's Gaming, the Dan's Game guy from the chat. You might assume an email. I'm a variety streamer on Twitch. Thanks for having me on the show, guys. JP, and Zeke, you guys are lovely people. It's a pleasure to talk to you every week. I get to be on the show. And this week, I'll be playing some Death Stranding 2. I think I'm going to be doing an early stream tomorrow at like 8 a.m. because that's when the embargo lifts. So I'll be doing some Death Stranding 2 tomorrow morning. You want to check that out?
Yeah.
Hopefully it's great. Thanks for having me on the show, guys.
Fantastic. Zeke, do some shout outs. What do you got coming up?
Hell yeah, my name is Ezekiel the Third. You can find me at /Ezekiel_I on Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube, and Ezekiel the Third all spelled out on Instagram, TikTok, and Blue Sky. I'm the BC Warrior guy emote from Twitch. I don't know if you knew that, but that's me. I see your emote is flooding the chat. So I wanted my emote to flood the chat.
I love your
Thank
emote.
you, Dan, for coming on the show. I love you so much, man. You're one of my favorite people, and it's always a pleasure to talk to you. So thanks for coming again. Ko and JP, you guys are pretty good. So, you know, I suppose I get along with you well enough. We've been doing this show for, what, 10 years now? Jesus Christ. I take Mondays off, so I will be off tomorrow. I will not be playing Death Stranding 2 until at least Thursday, probably later, but I will be playing. I have a if then game to play. I do a if then thing every month, and the game choice for this month is Ghostbusters, the new-ish one, the remastered new-ish one from 2009 or whatever.
Okay.
That got remastered in like 2014 or something. I don't remember, but I will be playing Ghostbusters on Tuesday if you guys want to come and check it out and you don't care about Death Stranding 2 because it's going to be all over Twitch. I will be your safe haven from that for a little while. So come on over and check me out, and thank you very much for watching.
Fantastic. Ko, what do you got going on?
Absolutely. Hi, everybody. As always, a huge special shout out, Mr. Dan's Gaming, for joining us. Thank you so much. And Zeke and JP as well. My name is Ko. Hi. I'm currently in the throes of a Dune diction. I'm probably getting close to the end, but you know what? I've got at least a couple more days to go, so I'll probably be on a little bit tonight. And I could play Death Stranding tomorrow, but I'm probably going to play Dune all day instead. And then I'm going on vacation for a little bit. When I come back, we'll start Death Stranding 2, and probably the Alter shortly after, and all sorts of other fun stuff, like Liza P DLC and all the other things that I've been missing while in my Dune hole. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you later.
Fantastic. Last but not least, it's me. Hi.
I don't have a global emote. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's me. Yeah, my global emote is Kermit Gape. You might have seen me from around these parts.
Not that one. Oh,
Hey,
I hate that
family
fucking
show.
emote.
What did I just hear? You know what? Don't repeat it. Don't
Family
repeat
show.
it. Don't repeat it. Thanks.
Oh, God, if you didn't notice, I've been live for 421 hours and 44 minutes. Who's counting, though? It all ends tonight, though, in 5 hours, because there's no way that chat's going to keep me here any longer. I will probably be checking out Death Stranding tomorrow and most of this week. And then right after this show, I'm actually going to jump into Peak. Peak?
Ooh,
Yes,
Peak.
Peak.
Yeah. Peak.
It's like a climbing game. Myself and some buds, Naomi and Faye and Al Bromile are going to be jumping in and climbing or whatever you do in that game. I don't know too much about it except that it's all the craze on the TikToks right now. It's had some funny clips. So that'll be in about 20 minutes from now on my channel. So thanks everyone for watching. Thank you guys for joining us here on Dropped Frames, the three of you. Good luck. I hope you survived the Death Strandingness, and we'll talk about it next week. I'm sure it's going to be a completely normal and not odd show at all, with no nuance or any discussion at all about the game. We're all just going to be completely in love with it. There's not going to be any question.
Kojima does no wrong, so
yeah,
it's
yeah,
gonna be perfect.
it's going to be a thing.
Yep.
I loved our last talk about it. I'm looking forward to next week. So we'll have more to say then. Thank you all for watching. We're out of here. Have a good one. Bye.
I'm Zeke, but not that Zeke.
He's Zeke, but not that Zeke.